Welcome to Obstacle Running Adventures,
the podcast that fuels your passion for obstacle course racing,
running, and all things adventurous.
Whether you're a seasoned pro or a weekend warrior,
we've got news updates as well as interviews with athletes
and other key members of our athletic community.
As a weekly show since 2017, we have covered everything from
championship and virtual races
to fundraising events and FKTs. And now, here are your hosts,
Michael Stefano and Caitlin Ritter.
Standing on the corner, lost all my clothes.
Hey guys, it's Michael Stefano.
And Caitlin Ritter. And Mikey, how was your weekend?
Pretty good. Saturday, or yesterday, we had a 3-hour long run, and that was your first time doing a long run. How'd that go?
Yeah,
first time that length of a long run, I should say.
It was a lot of elevation. Typically,
Do you have like lint above your nose and under your nose? I don't know how you did that. Sorry.
Typically, my runs are like 200 to 300 feet of elevation, and I climbed over 1,400 feet of elevation yesterday. So not the run I was expecting, but here we are.
Yeah, and I had a 3-hour thing of hill repeats, which we'll get to in a bit, actually, when it comes to the poll. But let's give a shout out to our sponsors first.
Shout out Mudgear. Use code ADVENTURE for 15% off your next Mudgear purchase. And Caterpie, use code OCR Report 20 for 20% off your next Caterpie purchase. And if you're looking to race a Spartan, Tough Mudder, or DECA event, use code OCR Report 20 for 20% off that event as well.
Perfect. We're going to shout out the $5+ Patreon supporters.
Jason Dupree, Samantha Thompson, Bradley Keel, Charlotte Engelman, Aaron Grindstaff, Laura and Stephen Ritter, Hank and Arlene Stefano, Cheryl Miller, Jessica Johnson, Christopher Hoover, Kevin Gregory Jr., Evan Irick, Brent George, Logan Nagel, Asa Connington, Seth Renderknech, Steve Bacon, and Robert Landman.
Thank you guys so much for the support. We greatly appreciate it. And to the OCR Report for being a great home for us on the internet.
And to Will Hicks,
the Podfather. Check it out over at theocrreport.com. We were discussing patriotic chants and songs and differences between here and Europe. Quick shout out to our sponsored athletes.
Javier Escobar,
who I texted about my hill repeats, and he said I got that dog in me, which I appreciated that affirmation.
Kelly Sullivan,
High Rocks North American Championship mixed doubles. She got 5th for the 30 to 39. Oh, wow. Out of 345. Awesome. And 10th overall.
Out of 761 people.
Nice. Ryan Brzezlara. I don't know what's going on with him.
Joshua Reed.
I think he's back in Colorado now.
Okay.
Yeah, I had another call with him.
Well, he drove 2,200 miles, crossed 7 states, drank 17 cups of coffee, and jogged 9.24 rest stop miles.
Oh, boy. And to Kevin Gregory.
His gym, Underdog Fitness, is hosting the DECA Demolition Weekend, and that is Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, so we can't make it to that, but that's like where they have a DECA workout, a High Rocks workout, and Dirty Dozen?
Yeah.
I think that's what it's called. Yeah, very cool. And let's get to some poll results. So I said, how many ascents and descents of the around 330-foot hill did I do in 3 hours? So 0% of people said 8 to 9. Thank you. 39% of people said 10 to 11. 56% of people said 12 to 13. And 6% of people said 14 to 15. And I'm proud to say that I got 14 in. It was rough. My knee started bothering me a little bit on the descents, but I'm getting ready for the Spartan Ultra in New Jersey, which I'm kind of worried about. It's my first real risk at a DQ, but we'll see how that goes. This was good shock to the system. In total, I got about 4,318 feet of elevation gain in 3 hours, which not quick, but I don't know. I'm sore today, but it's manageable. And I just have to do that like a few more times, and that's kind of the ultra. And then Caitlin, you also put out a poll. Oh, I also said I'd give a shout out. Shout out to Balin Bean, who got it correct. The only person who believed in me. Thank you. So Caitlin put out a poll. Which Uncrustable, it auto-corrected to Uncrushable, flavor is superior?
5% of people said chocolate hazelnut. 9% of people said peanut butter honey. 36% of people said PB and the strawberry jam, and 50% of people said peanut butter and grape jelly, which I was shocked by. What is your favorite?
I really like the chocolate hazelnut. Peanut butter honey isn't my favorite, but like those are the two that we get typically.
Well, yeah, because the peanut butter honey is my favorite, and I don't like jelly.
Yeah, I don't know if I've had the regular peanut butter jelly one. But Joe Verka also messaged us to say that there's a new peanut butter raspberry one to try, so we'll have to keep our eye out for that.
I have a I don't know if it's a meme or what.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Sure. Can we say who it's from?
No, this is something I posted, but she responded.
Oh, okay. It says, me 10 seconds into the race I willingly paid for. And I'm sure you could hear that. It's Taylor Swift. And Keelan said, this will be me 5 miles into World's Toughest Mudder.
Those 5 miles will be my fastest 5 miles. So then I can't sing that song anymore.
Right. Nice. Quick news. Let's get to some quick news. So Helix is coming to Spartan, Middle East. So there's a post put on by Inside OCR.
They posted a new obstacle named Helix is landing in hot from the U.S. and is about to make its debate. Wait, no. Debate. No.
Oh my god.
I forgot how to read.
Yeah. Debut. Yes.
In Dubai, a true crowd pleaser, Helix is deceptive in its difficulty and has sent many elite racers to the penalty loop.
All right, so I want to get to the news of it first, but I think you seeing Dubai threw you off for debut.
Yes, because then I got stuck in It's
a debut in Dubai. Yeah, that's complicated.
Thank you.
There's a lot of hate for this obstacle, some of it rightfully so. It's a lot of material for something that's not very difficult, but I don't know. It's probably something you could cramp on. It'd be pretty embarrassing if I failed this during the Ultra, but it's something different, and they haven't had it before. No really harm done, I don't think. That's okay. Where there is harm done is that the community is still waiting for DECA World Championships, medals, shirts, and awards. Now, I've been hearing this a lot lately, but this was a post that was recently done in the Hierarchs and Spartan DECA Fit.
Somebody posted, any updates on shirts, medals, and DECA Worlds? Worlds was almost 4 months ago, and somebody named Kim
Well, we don't have to call them out specifically, but
3 of us at our gym are still waiting on medals from DECA Fit in Philly last August, and then somebody else posted, it took around 6 months to get my DECA Fit Ultra Award 2.
Yeah, so I know some amount of this is like outside of their control, but they need to get better on this. This is getting really embarrassing, and it's a big reason why Hierarchs is going to continue to do better than DECA until DECA gets their shit together. And it's another reason why a lot of gyms are going with Hierarchs, because they have a more quality product that's going to last over time. So hopefully DECA can pick themselves up and get back to the greatness that it should be. Speaking again for Hierarchs, Hybrid Fitness Media posted,
look at who just signed up for Miami. Ryan Kent and Rylan Shadeg, and then Nicole Miracle and Rebecca Hammond.
Yeah, so Rebecca Hammond's coming back. Super excited about that. She left the sport of both OCR and hybrid racing to pursue her
PhD or doctorate.
Yeah.
Are they the same?
I think it's the same. I should know this, and I do not.
Well, I just couldn't read a word.
Thing is, she's smarter than us, and she's probably smarter than you too.
That is true.
Now we're going to get to a whole bunch of other podiums. I kept quick news somewhat short this week because it's a longer episode, but we're going to start off with the Spartan U.S. National Series Charlotte Sprint.
In third place for the men, Nicholas Riker. In second place, Kevin Thompson. And in first place, Adam Beach. For the women, in third place, Casey Monroe. In second place, Claudia
Bongiovanni.
And in first place, Cassandra Gill.
Definitely looking to have Claudia on the show sometime. Now we have the Spartan Mexico National Series Acapulco Sprint.
For the men, in third place, Alfonso
I would have thought Alfonso too. I think that might be a misspelling, but it says Alonso.
Alonso Aviasi Espinoza. In second place, Christian Torales. And in first place, Eugenia, yep. And for the ladies. In third place, Claudia Pavia. In the second place, Mitzi Salas. And in first place, Dulce Velasquez Flores, yep. And the Spartan Los Angeles Stadium, because I still refuse to say stadion, except for when I say that sentence. In third place, Kiefer Callisto. Was he I think he was my judge for DECA. I don't think he would go all the way to LA. You think there's only one Kiefer? But I'm pretty sure that was his last name too. I could be wrong. Okay. In second place, Orlando Lopez. And in first place, Andres Leva. And for the women, in third place, Christy Acosta. In second place, Eveline Ruse. And in first place, Savannah Salinas. Oh, you interviewed a long time ago. Yes, I did. Now we're going to head on over to the Tuscaloosa Gauntlet. In third place for the men, Justin Williams. In second place, Baxter Hummel. And in first place, Brian Rodriguez. And for the women, in third place, Ashlyn Brown. In second place, Shannon Campbell. And in first place, Heather Cox.
And the Spartan Honor Series San Diego Super. I actually didn't realize that they were doing the Honor Series still, so that's good to see.
In third place, Gregory Snar. In second place, Luis Rogel. And in first place, Danny Battle.
That's a fun last name.
And for the women, in third place, Noelle Morrow. In second place, Rachel Munez. And in first place, Savannah Salinas.
Just crushing it. Nice. There's 5 secret links down below, so go and check those out. But let's get to what this episode is all about. It's a big one. So the New England OCR Expo returned for its 4th year, and it was the second time being at the venue of Ultimate Obstacles. I should probably say, too, that there's a bit of bias here. I am on the board for this event and have been for the past 3 years? I think 2 years.
Yeah.
For 3 years, I've been helping in another way, but only on the board for the past 3 years. Anyway, Caitlin spent the whole time at our table trying to get some more people to follow our social media and subscribe to the show. And I spent the entire event interviewing all the vendors, some athletes, and plugged into the speakers for the speeches and awards. The day went by way too fast, and there were easily 20 plus people who we wish we could have interviewed to have on the show as well. So despite this episode being super long, this is only part 1 of 2, and mostly has vendor interviews. See below. Actually, I'll read them. While part 2 will have the teddy bear crawl announcement, speeches, awards, and about 9 more interviews. So the interviews that you'll be hearing for this episode are MMB Performance Coaching, Run Slower, Isagenix, The Plunge Experience, OCR Buddy, Clear Path for Veterans, Vermont Rocks, Jiv Soft Butter, Operation Enduring Warrior, Underdog Fitness, Engineer Nutrition, Bella Visions and Taureau Media Group, Bartlett Design, Obstacle Wonderland, Epic Race Training, Athletic Brewing, Oscar Mike, It Starts Here Fitness, Lionhearts Fitness, Jamie Gillon, Max Body Solutions, Dan McDonald from Tough Mudder and Spartan Race, Savage Race, Neighborhood Ninjas, Evan Perperis, and Teddy Bear Crawl. So let's get to all of those interviews. Start with your name and where you're from.
My name's Jeff Moulton from Vernon, Connecticut.
My name's Brianna Moulton. I'm also from Vernon, Connecticut.
What are you here representing today?
So me and Bree are out here representing my business called MMB Performance Coaching. So it's an online fitness, nutrition coaching business. We work with people, whether you're just trying to lose some body fat, get a little bit better in shape, or if you want to run your first marathon, World's Toughest Mudder, Spartan. So wide spectrum, but we work a little bit with everybody.
As his better half, what are your thoughts on his business here?
I think it's awesome what he does, and I love to see his clients really chase their goals and achieve their goals. So it's been awesome to watch him grow throughout the years.
So how long have you been doing this?
So it's funny, I've been a coach for 12 years. The online business we dabbled in, we joke around, probably started like 7-8 years ago, but really didn't take it serious full time until about 2 years ago. And then that's when I left the gym I was at and was like, we just got to bet on ourselves. Yeah. So it's been fun. It's been a wild learning experience, but the last 2 years is when we really dove in and really pushed the online fitness coaching, the nutrition coaching. And the last year, I would say, is where we kind of pushed it to Spartan, Tough Mudder, World's Toughest, and just working with more athletes that are doing marathon training. So it's been fun because for the long time, I just worked more general pop. Yeah. And it kind of connects with me more to like, hey, let's work for some athletes pushing their limits. Yeah. And, and that's like the whole chase discomfort brand, right? Push yourself to grow and be uncomfortable.
Yeah. And what's your athletic background? What do you like to train for?
Yeah, so I'm actually a runner. Back in high school, I did some in college, and so my background's kind of running, but I also went to school for exercise science as well, and I just like weightlifting. Yeah. So in the future, I would like to maybe get into Spartan racing here and there, but yeah, for now, it's just predominantly weightlifting. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. And then being part of like the OCR community now, like what are some of your favorite events that you've done so far?
So for me, hi, camera in our face, right? So what's been for me, like I've loved the Spartan stuff. The ultras were my favorite. The last 2 years, World Toughest Mudder by far. So my first year was funny enough. We had the experience. It wasn't the best experience. We had expectations, and my mental capacity at the time was not what I thought it was, and I kind of broke and didn't hit the goal. Last year is by far, I've done, I won my pro card in bodybuilding. I've done a lot of competing. Hitting 75 miles at Worlds and having a year to train for it and then executing the goal, even though nothing went as planned. By far my favorite event, because I think with that 24-hour platform, you see people of all ages do it, and it's not about how many miles, it's just how can you push for 24 hours. And I think that race pushes you to chase discomfort, to push yourself to find a new limit of what you're actually capable of. Yeah. So for me, that race has been by far my favorite.
Yeah. And then with a running and lifting background, what are your thoughts on obstacle course racing as a sport?
Yeah, I think it's awesome to combine the two, and I think it gives people a space to kind of push both of those boundaries together. So,
And you put up a video that I really liked about protein, and that's something that I'm really trying to work on is increasing my protein intake. You shared some helpful tips. What are your go-to protein sources?
So there's like 4 or 5 that I kind of go on a daily basis. Like the simple ones in breakfast, like I might go to, I'm making some either protein shake, protein smoothie. I'll do some Greek yogurt in the morning, throw some fruit, maybe some granola, depending what you're doing. And then eggs are kind of my go-to. The lunch and dinner, you kind of go a little more savory. The ground turkey, the 93.7 ground beef, the chicken tenders if you want less fat instead of that. If you like steaks, are great, but if you're trying to be mindful of caloric intake, the leaner cuts, the tenderloins, the steak tips, those kind of things. But kind of staying in that realm, like I'm living off those for the most part. And at the end of the day, it's like if you can keep that as your basis, mostly fruits, vegetables, potatoes, rice, just limit the ultra-processed stuff and just keep things simple and make most of your food, you'll do really well. I think that's just the easiest way to look at it.
You're getting protein from like a variety of sources, as you said, too. Like not just one protein, not one source of amino acids, you need a good variety.
Well, I think people forget, like, it's not just about, like, people are like the bodybuilding approach, like chicken, rice, broccoli, and it's like you're missing out so much fiber, micronutrients, like different vitamins that you get from meat that you don't get from chicken, and the Greek yogurt has the probiotics, and the whey protein is, helps you get to that goal and is really high quality. So I think anything you do, it's like you gotta have some variety. Like we'll meal prep and have the same things a lot each week, but adding things in to make sure you're just not deficient in anything. And it's like, that's the approach. Like I'm not big on being restrictive. I think 80-20 rule, like hit your protein, hit your calorie goal. If you want a couple hundred calories in cookies, you can do that and still crush your goals. That's what it comes down to.
And then what's the importance of like healthy eating, healthy living for just a regular life?
Yeah, I think it's good to have balance because a lot of people go into these diets and then they end up burning out, feeling restricted, leads to like binge eating patterns and things like that. So to have more of a balance, you feel like this is attainable and you can create a lifestyle.
Best plan is a plan that works long term.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'll say just to bet that with her, and I think a lot of people have this conception, I just want to put this out there quick, is when we're, all my clients are tracking their calories and doing this thing, MyFitnessPal, and there's this stigma sometimes that you're obsessive by tracking. But for a lot of people, what a lot of people it does is it allows accountability for them to actually be okay with eating a certain amount of food, and it allows them to say it's okay because as long as I have this amount of calories, it's okay to have that cookie, where we get really restrictive of like good and bad foods. Yeah. But if you just say, hey, you have a protein goal, a calorie goal, if you want to enjoy some foods you like, fit it into your day, and there's no negative approach to that. Yeah. So a lot of people, the clients I've worked with that have that eating disorder behavior, for me that's helped a lot, and it takes that like obsessive tracking out to like a benefit. Yeah. So. And
then explain what you have going on at your table here.
Yeah, so we're doing a couple different things. We're doing a grip challenge. So you're the leader right now, so congrats. Right? Can't believe it.
And it's not like I'm the only one that's done it. There's like 6 people, 7, 8 people there.
He's just the most jacked one so far. So we're just squeezing, basically testing grip strength. So based on see who has the strongest grip here, we're going to give away a t-shirt, Chase Discomfort t-shirt to the strongest male and female. If you're willing to take a picture with my Chase Discomfort sign, we're going to put you in a raffle to give away 3 different people. We're going to get a month of nutrition fitness coaching. So hopefully we'll get a ton of people, tons of pictures, and start to help some other people out in some way.
Yeah, love it. And then I know it's just the beginning, but what are your thoughts on the Expo so far?
I think it's a good turnout this year. There's a lot of positive people, a lot of cool booths, so it's definitely a good turnout.
And where can people find out more about you guys online?
Yeah, so Instagram, just Jeff_Moulton_, or if you go to my website, MMB Performance Coaching, you'll find me there. That'll go into my coaching stuff more, and then my Instagram is pretty much my fitness journey, my races, and then a lot of my client stuff and what's going on with that.
Perfect. I'm going to talk your ear off later, but good to talk to you now.
You too, brother. Appreciate it.
My name is Scott Papik. I live right outside of Boston in Stoneham, Massachusetts.
And what are you here representing today?
I am representing a brand called Run Slower, which is my brand.
Tell us all about it.
So I started running late in my life, and I run really slow. 13, 15-minute miles, finished a marathon, 6.5, just casually. But anyway, I spent a lot of time training by trade. I'm a mindset coach. I get to train athletes how to be more mentally tough in pressure situations. And really, as we get older, we all could handle better, So it's really the slow and steady mindset. Let's go at your own pace. That's right. It's like, don't compare yourself to others. So that's really was the thoughts that were running through my head. Run slower with the turtle kind of running is kind of a unique little thing to see. And so, yeah, and I love colorful hats, and I love color, and like that's how I authentically show myself. So that was really the nuts and bolts of all went together.
I mean, comparison is the thief of joy, right? Like, you compare yourself to others, and by saying run slower, it shows like, oh, it's okay to run slow. And in fact, some people would benefit from running slower. It breaks down the barrier to entry to running. Like, oh, I'm not a runner, I'm really slow. If you're running, you're a runner, right?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, if you really want to, if you're a runner, like it's the zone two mindset. Right. It's exactly what it is. You train slower to get faster. You build up the base so that you get faster. And really, that's the best way to. It's a zone 2 mindset. I mean, that's basically what it is. If you take the way you train, which is, zone 2 can feel like you're walking at times, right. But like 6 months later, you're like, oh, I'm like 2 minutes faster, and I don't know how that happened, and I feel great.
You gotta build that engine.
Yeah.
And as you said, like the hats are very, very colorful, very beautiful. Caitlin, I know, wants to buy a hat later when things slow down on our table. But just describe some of them, like the colorful hat, but also the mantras on the inner cap.
So a lot of our athletes, and I'm going to say so do you and I, we all struggle with our self-talk, right? When the crap hits the fan, we're probably not telling us we're great in that moment. Right. So I would say the number one thing we work with athletes from 14 years old till Olympians is their self-talk is their number one. So we work with our athletes to help them understand what is the phrase they want to hear to themselves in that moment. So basically, by accident, it was just one of those things I thought, well, I'm going to put my own mantra under my hat, and somebody just loved it, and like all of our hats have like positive affirmations in there, and they're all different. Like we have one with our core values. We have another one, like the real popular one right now is me versus me, because our hardest opponent in life is me, and understanding who we are, but find your flow, positive signals, who you want to be, slow and steady mindset,
I like it too, because it's also kind of metaphorical. I don't know if I'm reading too much into it. The brim itself is protecting you from the sun, but the words on the brim is protecting you from your own self-talk, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's really great science that says if you look at your goals or look at your way you talk to yourself every day, your chances of succeeding go up like 90%. By just looking at them every day. It's like a little accountability thing. Yeah. And the hats are all made out of moisture wickering. Like they're all built for the outdoors.
And then how are you enjoying your time at the Expo? I know it's just starting to get busy now, but how are things going so far?
So I've done a lot of events in my life, not necessarily with Run Slower, we're only a year old, but I mean, just the community alone the vibe is awesome. Like I'm an energy guy and a vibe guy. The minute I walked in the door, people like, hey, how you doing? Tons of help, people coming around and checking on you. What do you need? And, I work with athletes. I started a hat business. I can be around more. I love athletes, right? And we're all athletes of life. Yeah. So, but I would say that the way this thing is ran and the people is top notch.
As someone that's on the board, that's very, very good to hear. And just wait for the after party.
Yeah, we'll drink slower.
I love it. Where can people find out more about you guys online?
Runslower.com. You can follow us on Instagram at runslowergear.
Perfect. Thanks, Scott.
Carrie Russin. I am from Central Massachusetts.
And what are we here representing today?
I am here with Isagenix, as well as my real estate business. I'm also a local realtor.
Okay. I was very confused about that too, because I saw houses, but I remember you from the Isagenix too. What are some of the products that you have here on the table?
So I am displaying some of our meal replacement products, as well as our energy options. We've got some sleep support, some new vitamins that we've just recently introduced, as well as some healthy snack options.
Nice. How long have you been involved with Isagenix?
I believe it's been about 8-ish years. Don't quote me on that one.
So a while, though. What do you love so much about them?
I just love how these products make you feel. It's just clean nutrition going into your body. It's super easy. Make a shake and run out the door, and you're good for the morning.
Yeah, life is complicated, but there's a lot of nutrients that you need for good functioning throughout the day.
Absolutely. Yep. Keeps you going.
Being here at the New England OCR Expo, what are your thoughts on the sport of obstacle course racing?
I love obstacle course racing. There is no other community like this. Every person that I've encountered along the way, whether on the street or on the course, have just been the coolest of the cool.
Yeah, love to hear that. How's the Expo treating you so far? I know it's only just kind of getting started.
This is amazing. I can't believe how this event has grown over the years. I've been here every year. Yeah, so coming from a little country club meeting room to this a fantastic venue with all of the events going on same day. It's just absolutely incredible, and I couldn't be prouder.
Awesome. And where can people find out more about your real estate and Isagenix online?
Yep, so Isagenix, it's carrierussin.isagenix.com. And for my real estate, it's Lamacchia Realty, and my name is Carrie Russin. You can search for me there.
Thanks for taking the time to talk to me.
Pleasure.
My name's John Freeman. I'm from Cranston, Rhode Island.
And what are you here representing today?
The Plunge Experience, Wellness Center of RI.
Tell us all about it.
Yeah, so we offer all things recovery and anti-aging. We have cold plunge, sauna, red light therapy, stretch therapy, and compression therapy. Basically, the way it works is you book each service however you want to do it. Most people do the sauna first, get really hot, and then the cold plunge after, get really cold.
Did you bring a sauna or cold plunge?
No.
That would have been kind of tough.
I don't have the muscles for that.
How long have you guys been in business there?
So we opened up November last year. Yeah.
What do you love so much about it?
I just love helping people. I love when people walk in the door feeling sore, or maybe even just like not with it mentally. By the time they walk out, they're smiling and they feel amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, what are your thoughts on the sport of obstacle course racing?
Yeah, I love OCR. I've only done probably 5 races in my life. I battled a lot of injuries, but love the community. It's a great way to get people together. It's nice to set a date on your training, to really train for something, have a goal. So, yeah, it's awesome.
So being in Rhode Island, I'm sure Boulder Dash, was that one of them that you did?
Yeah, oh yeah, we're friends with them. Yep.
Fantastic, absolutely. Yeah. How are you enjoying your time at the Expo? I know it's just kind of getting started now, but...
Yeah, this place is great. People are really friendly. There's a lot of people here. Everybody has a smile on their face. Really enjoying it, yeah.
And then where can people find out more about you guys online?
Yeah, check us out on Instagram at The Plunge Experience, or our website, theplungeexperience.com. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You got it. Thanks.
I am Russ Blatt. I am the creative founder of OCR Buddy, and I am from Long Island, New York.
It is a pleasure to finally meet you in person after years of you slaving away at OCR Buddy and us slaving away at our thing. It's cool to finally meet you.
I've been involved since 2012 or 13, and I've been at events, and this is the first time meeting you, which is great.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell us what you're representing here.
Of course, we are representing OCR Buddy, which is, hopefully everybody knows, the world's only calendar and database app that supports events all over the world, from the obstacle course racing to hybrid, which is the DECA and Hyrox, and Ninja and other types of events too.
So something I hear sometimes is like, what's wrong with Google?
Well, what's wrong with Google is that if you're going to Google, first if you want to go to different kinds of events, you have to go to different kinds of places. So instead of having to go to Spartan, Tough Mudder, Savage, various other websites to try to find the smaller events, which are really the heart of racing, you want to go to one place. That's why one of our mottos is every race, one place. Go to OCR Buddy. It is a free download. We're not charging you to download the app. App Store, Google Play, you download the app, you put in whatever filters you want, so you can get events from all around the world, or you can get a 5K that's a certain kind of event within 5 miles from your house.
Absolutely. I typed in New England OCR Expo just because I wanted to see what would happen. First result, Spartan race. So the big brands are always going to be on top. It completely buries all the small brands, as you said. And you know better than anyone, there's so many, not as many as there used to be, still a lot of really good small brands around that.
Yeah, and small brands really are the heart of OCR. And, and the way I look at it, and I got this actually from when I used to work in baseball, is that not every sponsorship can be a home run. So if you think about the main events, such as the Spartans and the Savage Races home runs, you need singles and doubles to fill in your calendar so that if Spartan comes to your area once or twice a year, what do you do in the other 50 weeks a year? Right. You want to find these other smaller events that you can go to. They may not be in your backyard. They may be 100 miles away, but wouldn't you drive 100 miles to do a good event? That's what we're trying to promote. That's what we're trying to get people to. And we're trying to help not only the community, but the race directors and the race brands themselves, because without people going to these events, they're going to disappear. So we want to keep them busy. We want to keep them occupied. We want to get the people there. And we want this community to keep growing and keep building.
Absolutely. And to the personal athlete, too, keeping them accountable, having more things on their schedule will keep them involved. The sport is crawling out of the COVID times. Things are getting a lot better now, and this is the kind of thing that we need, especially now. So what are some of the things that you have on your table today?
So we have a lot of giveaways on the table. We have towels that we're giving away. We have stickers. We have patches. We're also selling some of our T-shirts for $5 a piece. You can tell me where you're going to get a T-shirt for $5. Yeah. Plus, we're doing some other promotions that we have. We started kind of like a Patreon kind of thing called Buy Me a Coffee. So So what we're trying to do is, I do a lot, and it all actually comes out of my pocket. And I've been doing this now for 11 years. And Mrs. OCR Buddy is not so happy all the time with what I'm doing. But getting to places like here today, like supporting the events, I give people, we'll call them scholarships. I give people entries into events. Anything I do, I'm just trying to help out. And if ever gets to a point that I'm making more than I'm taking in, that means I could just do more and more. And coming here today is just one of those things that I want to do to help support the community, help support New England OCR Expo, help support the brands that are here, the racers, trying to get our name out to those that don't know who we are. Yeah. And also just remind people that, listen, this is a great sport. It's a great community, and this is somewhere that you should at least try. Yeah. You know, I tell people, at least give it a shot. You may love it, you may hate it, but either way, give it a shot, because odds are there'll be something about this community and this sport that you will love.
Absolutely. And then you're talking about the amount of financial investment that you put into this. That doesn't even begin to cover the time investment that you put into all of these races, not just OCR, but hybrid races, so many things on that schedule. Just briefly explain how time intensive this is to keep up on all of the things happening in the country.
Every event that comes on into the app, I personally approve coming in. There's actually Bonnie Wilson who works with us. Everyone knows Bonnie from her days back in the old time.
She recently started supporting us on Patreon. She's awesome. Yeah.
Bonnie, everyone knows her from her Mud Run Guy days. Yeah. During the pandemic, she came over to help me. So she works with me on this. I shouldn't say I do it all myself. She does it also. But really what it is while we have the ability in the app for anybody to add events, any race brand, any person, they could add events into themselves. However, I would say that 95% of them come from us searching. Yeah. So we have a great deal with DECA. They allow us to get into their database every 2 weeks. So
a lot of DECAs.
That also change. Yeah. We're trying to become affiliates with some people as well, just so that we can get the races out there. Yeah. But if you think about it, I probably spend, now I'll say it this way, I have a job, I have a family, I have kids. People don't know that I'm also the athlete chair for USA OCR.
I am aware of that. I was just talking to Meg earlier about that.
So I probably spend at least 10 hours a week on this as well, above everything else, and that's at least. Yeah. I just added 300 Ninja events in 3 days for some of the brands. So that's, I'll focus on a country and say, okay, Australia, today is your day, and I'll go through and get whatever I've missed, which will take, if it's English, a lot easier than some of the other languages. Translating Spanish or French or various versions of some of the other languages that you have in South America. The versions of Spanish, I'm not sure the names of them. Yeah. It's Finnish, Swedish, they're all. So it takes a lot of time, but honestly, days like today, or when someone tells me, hey, I found the event because of OCR Buddy, makes it all worth it. Yeah. Literally, it makes it all worth it.
And as someone who also puts in an extreme amount of hours that it's kind of hard to look back on, what is it about the community you love so much to do all this for them?
I think the fact that some of my best friends in the world that I've made ever have come through this community. I met two people, they started dating, they both became my best friends. I got licensed so I could be the officiant at their wedding. There are people here who are wearing shirts with my logo on it. Yeah. And it's wild to see, but just the people make this community. This community could be, dog catching, and if it was the same people in the community, it would be the same feeling. So, just going around and meeting people, and like I've never met you before today, and I've known you for so long. Yeah. Just that's the kind of thing that makes it worth it for me personally. And just that it's worth the time and the effort, and you feel part of something bigger than what you are.
It's time to wrap up. How are you enjoying your time at the Expo so far?
It's great. I love it. These guys do a great job, and I'm finally glad that I could be here.
And where can people find out more about you guys online?
OCRBuddy.com. Also on Instagram and Facebook at OCRBuddy.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
My name is Billy Auger. I work for Clear Paths for Veterans New England. We're located on Devons. We do everything for veterans, from help with arrears, help homeless veterans get off the street. We find them housing. We also help with food. We help with clothing. We do other stuff too as well at our facility. We have a lunch every Thursday. We have breakfast every Tuesday. We have peer support. We do outreach, help them navigate the VA system. We do a Build-A-Flag program at Old Glory Millworks in Templeton, where the veterans can hang out with 4 other veterans and build a flag with their bare hands, walk out with something beautiful, and hopefully make some connections with other veterans.
That's great.
How
long have you been doing this?
I've been doing this about 2 years now.
Okay.
We also have a service dog program.
Okay.
We train the dogs on site. We're always looking for veterans that might be in need of a service dog, as well as we're always looking for fosters to help raise those dogs as well.
So needless to say, there's a lot of services you're providing. You're pretty busy, huh?
We are, yeah, but it's it's exciting, and it's great to be able to help out in so many different ways.
That's huge. I'm sure you're going to be all the more needed now that a lot of vets are losing their mental health, losing a lot of their benefits, unfortunately. But what do you love so much about doing this for people?
Well, I started out as a peer support specialist. I'm a case manager now. I love my job that I get to talk to veterans, and I try to get them in a better place than when they came in.
Right.
So that's what I love about it.
So explain to me, what do you have on your table? You got some flyers and stickers?
Yeah, I got some flyers, some stickers. We got a flyer for our equine therapy bowling, free bowling event. We have the Build-A-Flag, one of the flags, an example here. We're doing a raffle. If veterans fill out an intake, we're going to raffle off. One of the intakes will be picked to win a Rogue rowing attachment. And, other than that, we just got, a list of our events and stuff like that going on all around New England.
Yeah. And then what are your thoughts on the obstacle course racing community?
I love it. It's, it's huge. I've been doing it for, about 20 years now. I went to Worlds just a couple of years ago, and it's unbelievable. It's so easy for veterans to connect with, I think, with this community. And it's therapeutic for me.
Absolutely. Community is what a lot of people need, and that's hugely important for veterans as well. How's the Expo treating you so far?
Fantastic. Everybody's been really nice and accommodating. This little veteran corner has been, we've been working with each other this morning, so it's fantastic.
Steve's all about the veterans, so it's good to have you guys here. And where can people find out more about you guys online?
We have a Facebook page. We have, Clear Path for New England. We have a, look us up on our website, and we post all of our events on our Facebook page and our website, so check it out, and we look forward to seeing you.
Awesome. Thanks for doing what you're doing, man.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I'm John Davis. This is my wife, Terry, and we're from Newfane, Vermont.
And what are you guys here representing?
Vermont Rocks is our company, and we mount nature and sports figures into native Vermont stone.
And they're beautiful. Unfortunately, this is an audio only, but I will link down below some of the pictures. What do you love so much about this?
Well, we have 2 slogans. One is, nothing says OCR competitor like stone and steel, and the other is, display your passion. So if you're passionate about OCR, put it in a rock.
I love it. Could you try to explain some of your favorites here? I know it's probably picking a favorite child.
I don't know. I'm partial to the Savage figure itself because it's just so cool. And it looks great on a rock. And the little, I don't know what to call them, but they're the little swing hangers. Yeah, they're great for a cat to play with.
Love it. And how long have you been doing this?
This is our 8th or 9th year in business.
Nice. Congratulations. How are things going with you guys?
It seems to be pretty well. She handles all the sales and the money. I just sit around here and eat and, take up space. Yeah.
With your rocks, I love it.
I don't.
And it's still pretty early on, but how are you enjoying your time at the Expo so far?
It's great. We didn't expect to see such a good turnout, but this is really good.
And what are your thoughts on the OCR community as a whole?
We've met some fantastic people. We do a variety of different events and sports, and we do a lot of triathlons. but these folks are awesome. You know, we love doing this.
Where can people find out more about you guys online?
VermontRocksArt.com.
Thanks. Good seeing you again, John.
Thanks for having us.
Perfect.
Thanks, Mike. Stephanie Anastasia. I'm from Ridgefield, Connecticut with Jif Soft Butter.
Yeah, tell us all about it.
So this is basically the healthiest and tastiest peanut butter you've ever had. And why is that? It's because it's low carb. Half the carb is a normal peanut butter. No added sugar, but it's sweet. We use monk fruit, which is safe for diabetics because it doesn't get absorbed by your body. And it is all flavors, so a traditional, a Nutella dessert version, and we even make it for dogs. So if you love your dog, that's how you show them you love your dog.
I love it. And you have a good amount of varieties to it. You have 2 here. Which ones did you bring?
So we brought the hazelnut today. We actually brought the dog, and we brought our traditional, which is our classic peanut butter. We also have some peanut butter and jelly here today too. What we don't have is powder.
That's okay. Yeah. What's your favorite of the flavors?
It's mood dependent for me. So when I feel like food or a snack, I go for the traditional peanut butter or peanut butter and jelly. Okay. When I want a dessert and I have to satisfy a sweet craving, I use the hazelnut, which is like dessert.
Yes. And we've had you on the show a few times hopping around events. What's your favorite thing about obstacle course racing and hybrid racing?
They're a pre-profiled customer for us because they're pretty discerning about what they put in their body, and they all live off peanut butter. If you ask anyone here what they eat every day, they say they eat peanut butter every day, and if you ask them if they have an allergy, they laugh in your face.
Yeah, exactly. And then how are you enjoying your time at the Expo? I know it's still pretty early on.
It's busy. It's always fun. It feels like family. Like you see these people all year at different events, and like we're just happy to kick off our season.
I know you got a potential customer waiting, but what final thoughts? Where can people find you online?
You can find us at jivsoftbutter.com. You can find us at walmart.com, and you can find us on amazon.com. You can find us on Etsy as well.
All right, great seeing you as always.
Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by.
I'm Molly Crowley. I'm from Sandown, New Hampshire.
So what are you here representing today?
I'm here with Operation Enduring Warrior.
Tell us all about it.
So we are a veteran-founded and volunteer-run nonprofit. We work with wounded veterans, wounded law enforcement, and firefighters and help them get back into society. We help them redefine their limits and let them really open their mindset and come back into society however they seem fit.
Yeah. And how long have you been with them? I feel like you've been with them for a while now.
So I've been an ambassador for 5 years, and I'm on their massed athlete team, so the team that helps all of our honorees on courses and keeps them safe. Yeah. I've been on their team for 2 years now.
What speaks to you so much about this cause?
The cause saved my life. I have seen it firsthand how getting veterans and just anyone in general out there with us, the way we can empower someone by helping them over physical obstacles will get them over their mental ones. And the support is unmatched.
It's all about community, right? A lot of people are lost out there, and there's this temptation with drugs and alcohol, which could absolutely obliterate lives. But when you have a solid community, that can really save you from all that, right?
It's definitely all about community. The one thing, the military teaches you how to go to combat, right? They don't teach you how to come home. And that's what we're here for, because you have your community, everyone in the military, we're all close-knit, we all have the same mission, and then you get back and you don't have that and you feel lost. Yeah. So really bringing that back and giving everyone a new mission once you get here will bring community back.
I can't imagine that amount of system shock of fighting for your life and the lives of your family, then going home and not really, obviously there's social media, but it's not the same.
It's not the same. And going from being around people that really understand you, understand that mentality, because it's completely different, and then going back to civilian life, like we call it, you don't see that everywhere. So going back and really learning how to readjust your mindset is also really tricky.
Absolutely. And then describe your booth. What do you have here?
So right now we have a lot of kind of giveaways. We're really based on donations. It's one of those donate what you can. So we don't want to leave people out, and I know financials can be a little hard, especially around now. So donate what you can, take what you want, come see us at a race.
Yeah. And how are you enjoying your time at the Expo so far?
I love it. It's my 3rd year here.
I know it, yeah. And where can people find out more about you guys online?
EnduringWarrior.org, or you can find us on Facebook or Instagram.
Perfect. Thanks, Molly.
Thank you.
Awesome. You taking on the deck later too, or did you already take it?
Oh, yeah.
Hi, I'm Jessica Gregory from Underdog Fitness in Wallingford, Connecticut.
Tell us all about Underdog Fitness in case somehow people don't know about it.
Awesome. Yeah, so we are a premier hybrid facility for training people with OCRs, hybrid racings like DECAs, Hyroxes, and Deadly Dozens. We do in-person training and one-on-one individualized remote training.
Genuine question, what is the Deadly Dozen? I've heard of it before, but I don't know much about it, to be completely honest.
So the Deadly Dozen, it's 12 journeys, as they call them, or runs, and then 12 labors or exercises. So the different exercises they have are like farmer's carries, deadlifts, lunges, snatches, burpee broad jumps, goblet squats, weight plate front carry, a push press, bear crawl, clean and press, an overhead carry, and then of course you're ending with devil's presses.
So it's almost like a different type of like hybrid race.
Yeah, and it's really a longer race as well, so similar to a High Rocks, where your output is going to be about an hour long.
Okay, yeah. That's something that Caitlin would definitely be interested in. That sounds really fun. And then also DECA, you guys are crushing it with the DECAs. You guys were the first gym to put on a DECA Atlas. How was that?
Oh, the DECA Atlas is so much fun. It's really hard. People underestimate how heavy the weights really are.
And shoulder intensive.
Yeah, and shoulder intensive, and even to like the time cap that they have. It's a 30-minute time cap, so people don't realize, wow, I have to go, but also pace myself at the same time.
Right.
Really fun.
Now, in addition to having like just badass elites that go and crush worlds, you also have just a solid community. So speak to that a little bit.
Sure. So our community, Kevin and I really wanted a place where people felt at home. And we realized very shortly after we ended our athletic endeavors with me softball, him lacrosse, that we didn't have that community anymore in sports. So when we were making Underdog, a huge part, we wanted to protect a strong, solid community, whether you are a top elite running and winning everything, or just the everyday average Joe coming out and being a weekend warrior, running and having fun. We wanted to make sure that it was a welcoming environment. So we do a lot to protect that and foster that with our athletes. We do different like dinners together, game nights. We have a big group chat that's blowing up every day with fun, funny topics. We like everyone to get together, so we stay together when we're like traveling for races. And it's such a natural thing that like comes, it's not forced. So it's really a beautiful part of our team.
Something else that really fascinates me, and it's good to see with your group too, is a really good like age range. When I covered the DECA Atlas, I talked to like a few older men and women, and it was really good to see them represented in sport as well.
Yeah, we like to, of course, include the older population because they are fantastic and so strong, and we don't want to exclude anyone, but then we also have seen too, outside of regular sports, like kids in high school or college playing football or whatever sport they're playing, a huge interest in this as well because it's that individual personal sport that they get to play. So really trying to foster that next generation to come up and come through. And they get along so well and they have so much fun. And it's great to see the difference of ages because it really shows anyone can do this. Yeah.
And super glad you guys were able to make the trip. How's your first Expo treating you here?
It's great. The people here are so much fun. I love the variety of different vendors that are here and people here. Plus, it's good to get out into the community and boots on the ground a little bit because at our events, I'm always judging or helping, doing something for our race. So it's nice to go somewhere different for a while.
Living off of Cheez-Its, you know.
Living off of Cheez-Its like I do, always.
And then where can people find out more about you guys online?
Definitely. So our Instagram is huge. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on YouTube as well. We have a YouTube, but Instagram's our number one. So hit us up there. You can send us a message or go to our link tree to schedule an appointment with Kevin if you want to learn more about who we are.
One more thing. What do you guys have any events coming up?
Yes, so Memorial Day weekend, we are hosting a 3-day triple threat race event. So on Saturday, we're hosting DECA, all disciplines, so strong, mile, teams, and Atlas. Yep, and then on Sunday, we're hosting our High Rocks. So it's Moose's Revenge this time.
Okay.
And then on Monday, we're hosting the first Deadly Dozen.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very exciting. Good talking to you again, and enjoy your time at the Expo.
Thank you so much.
I am Nino. I am from Watertown, Connecticut.
What are you here representing at the Expo today?
Awesome. So I'm here with my company, Engineer Nutrition.
Tell us all about it.
Yeah, cool. So Engineer Nutrition was started about 6 months ago. I was a manufacturing engineer for Gillette up in Boston. I was traveling all the time, and I needed supplements in a convenient form. So I was doing a lot of due diligence research, realized that there weren't too many brands out there focusing on the portability as well as the cleanness of supplements. So basically what we have here today is the cleanest, most effective hydration drink mix. So it has the proper ratio of electrolytes, sodium, potassium, magnesium, calcium that can be used during about a zone 4 to zone 5 workout for about an hour, hour and a half. So it has that same ratio. There's 0 calories, 0 carbs, 0 artificial ingredients, sweeteners, or flavoring. We use an organic stevia. Everything is non-GMO, all natural. And it tastes amazing. So just here, trying to push the brand up in New England. I'm part of the OCR space as well as the CrossFit space. So, yeah.
Real quick, why isn't water enough?
So water's enough because water's good. You still need to hydrate. I think one of the big things people are like, oh, if I take electrolytes, I don't need to hydrate. No, you still need the fluid, right? But your body also depletes the minerals throughout the day, and your body needs, especially your muscles, your nerves, your bones, it needs additional supplements in those ingredients that you're just not going to get out of water. So exactly. So that's one of the big things. Actually, what's amazing is if you drink too much water, you can actually cause more damage than exactly. So it's one of those things that I think 80% of Americans are just dehydrated because I think it's just things that they don't think about, especially if they think water's boring. So I was like, why not add some flavoring and all the ingredients that are needed into a product and get it out to the masses.
Explain some of the flavors that you have here. It looks like you have a good variety.
Yeah, absolutely. So we got 5 amazing flavors. We started with lemonade, mixed berry, and peach mango. And yes, they actually taste like lemonade, mixed berry, and peach mango. It's not like that after that, weird artificial flavoring. It tastes true. Yeah. And then we just added pineapple and tamarind. And you might be saying, Nino, what is a tamarind?
That was my next question.
That is a great question. So I work with a PhD in molecular biology who's been in the industry for 20 years. He's a freelancing formulist. He gets about 40,000 flavors put across his desk every year. And he told me, Nino, he's like, you got to put tamarind because it's such a unique and interesting flavor, very popular in South American, Asian cultures. It has cantaloupe, almost a melon sweet flavor, which goes perfect for rehydrating yourself, like having that good flavor note that's not too overwhelming when you want to, get down 16, 20 ounces of water.
Sounds pretty good. And explain to me, what's your background? And you said CrossFit background and OCR background. What's your background in all of that?
Yeah. So basically, my profession is I'm a mechanical engineer by trade. So I've worked for Philips Healthcare as well as Procter & Gamble as a manufacturing as well as a design engineer. So that's where I got the background of, doing the due diligence of when producing a product, making sure the supply chain, the ingredients, the proper research, as well as the production of the products done at a high level. But yeah, I've always been active, played college soccer. My dad was Mr. Connecticut back in the day in the bodybuilding space. So always been in the sports fields, and then basically once I graduated, I got into OCR, some obstacle course racing, so I'll do that about 2 to 3 times a year, and then also active in the CrossFit space. So this is my community and trying to get a good product out to the people that need it.
Have you taken on hybrid racing?
Hybrid racing?
So like DECA, High Rocks, those kind of things? So it seems like a good blend with CrossFit and that.
Exactly. So it's funny they bring that up. I actually just signed up for my first High Rocks race, which I guess there was a wait list on the first one that I missed.
Did you try to sign up for New York?
Yes,
New York
in
sells
New York
out
City.
quick. Yeah.
So what's funny is I actually been to 4 High Rocks training camps. I've been invited by the actual High Rocks community. So I'm in that space. This product works perfect for it. But yeah, just starting to get into the hybrid type of, High Rocks, DECA type of competitions.
It's on a very much upward trajectory too, so it seems like a good time. High Rocks scares me a little bit with the wall balls and the sled, but it sounds like they're going to standardize the sled soon, which is good.
Yeah, it's interesting because, you joke around being part of the CrossFit community. I did Olympic lifting in college, so I love picking up heavy things, putting them down, in a very graceful manner. I think, Olympic lifting takes a lot of skill as well as pushing a lot of weight. So that's why I kind of like about the High Rocks is, it blends a little bit of the cardio base as well as the strength portion to it. So yeah, it is scary for some people, but I just love when you get to the, the sled or you're pulling it or doing the wall balls, you can actually start throwing some weight around.
Love it. And how are you enjoying your time at the Expo so far?
This Expo is actually really amazing. I've been at about 6 different CrossFit events. They are really big. They feel really impersonable. You just kind of feel like a number. But Steve here has done a great job. It feels like almost a really small knit community. Everyone's swinging by. You're talking to vendors. You're talking to Expo goers. It's just a really warm and really great environment to be in.
Very glad to hear that. And I didn't even pay you to say that. I'm on the board, so that's It's good to hear. Explain to me your table and what you have for pouches and everything. So.
Yeah, so people that aren't here, what I try to do is I try to get the product in people's mouths, right? Because when it comes to supplements, you want to make sure that people are trying and like the actual supplement. I think there's that false facade of like, if it doesn't taste good, it's good for you. You know, it can be good tasting as well as effective, but in front of us, we have basically a cross section of the stick pack. So what I like to do is I like to be completely transparent. It shows all the ingredients that we have inside each single stick pack. So there's a little chart that shows, the vitamin B12, B6, zinc, calcium, magnesium, potassium, chloride, as well as, I tell people what symptoms that this product can help with. Then we have 5 amazing giant coolers here, almost like what you used to have at the sports games when you're younger with some cups. It's a self-service station, but people can come up, grab as many cups as they want, fill up as many flavors of their choice. And then if you work your way to the end, I got some goodies, some free stickers, some stick packs that people could take if they follow us on Instagram, as well as a little stand with all of our products. If people are interested, we're doing an event special here today just for the OCR to get a special deal and get to meet me and ask questions. So yeah, that's our booth for today.
And where can people find out more about you guys online?
Yeah, so if you go to engineernutrition.us, I know it's a tongue twister. I try to get...
I'll link it below.
I try to get engineernutrition.com, but unfortunately that domain is very expensive. But yeah, if you follow us on Instagram as well as our website, we're very active in the CrossFit community as well as OCR community. So we have about 15 professional athletes that are going to several different events. If you follow us, we're trying to, build up their brand and build up their story and showing them, hey, like, this is how they live their everyday life and here are the supplements that they take to help aid on it, and just have that personable feeling.
Thanks for taking the time to talk to me, and good luck with hybrid racing.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
Heather Perry. I'm the owner of Bella Visions, based in Manchester, New Hampshire.
What are you all about?
Photography, primarily fitness, but any type of photography. Just want to capture you, your strength, your moment, all the good stuff. You put in so much hard work, and we want to make sure it's seen.
Now explain to me the importance of having a good photographer. It's more than just pointing a camera and pushing a button, right?
Absolutely. Like I said, you're going to want to capture the story and the moment behind everything. You don't just want the workout itself captured. So, of course, you want to be able to capture the personality and everything that comes with that and the hard work.
So there's a variety of things you can do with photography. What do you enjoy most?
I enjoy just making people feel good about themselves because they look at the camera and they say, wow, that's me. I say, absolutely it is, look at you. And that to me is the most rewarding thing that comes with this whole profession.
And so what are your thoughts for the OCR Expo? What are your thoughts on the sport of obstacle course racing?
Oh, it's amazing. Oh, it's really fun. Everyone seems to be having a great time and they're working really hard to achieve these goals and push past these milestones for themselves. So I love to see it.
How did you first find out about the Expo? How did Steve rope you into all this?
Facebook, actually. Just hanging out on Facebook. I actually reached out to the page to see if they needed any photography, and they said, absolutely, come on down. We'll give you a table. So here we are.
That's great. So in addition to photography, it's also good to have a good videographer, too. Yeah. Name and where you're from?
Hey, Nick LaBeouf. I'm from Salem, New Hampshire. I own Taureau Media Group. It's a video production and social media marketing company.
So similar to photography, but obviously other elements too. What do you enjoy most about videography?
Videography is the foundation of all visual media, and it can be commercials, it can be movies, it can be comedy sketches, and I love the variety that video production allows me to experience. I've seen some really cool things, and video is just the best job in the world, in my opinion.
No offense to her behind me, but I always said if a picture's worth 1,000 words, a video's worth 1,000,000.
That's right, yeah. It's, it's basically photography with motion and audio and, a lot of different elements of a story. And, everyone loves movies. And to be able to be in the footsteps of the people that make movies is really cool.
When it was coming to time to plan our wedding, my wife and I, one of the non-negotiable things was a videographer, because the pictures are great once again, but to be able to hear my grandmother's laugh years from now, that's the stuff with video that it's crucial, right?
Right. Yeah, video is the full life experience in a distilled way to consume it and a repeatable way to consume it, and all of the different, because we don't just see things, we hear things, and motion just adds so much realism to the images, and the amount of things you can do, once you dabble in 3D animation and combining that with video production. I mean, anything you can imagine you can create if you work hard enough.
So obviously very, very passionate about. How long have you been doing this?
I've been doing it professionally since I was 18 years old. I did it right out of high school, but I did get paid for my first gig when I was like 14. So I don't know if that counts, but basically my whole life though, ever since I was a kid, I would steal my parents' home movie camera and go off and film my train set, and it evolved into this basically.
Love it. I've always been that quote-unquote like annoying friend that was taking videos of everything. And it was annoying at the time, but it's not fucking annoying now. Like now I get all the videos from you remember this from 8th grade? No, I got a video of it. It's a good time.
Yeah.
So how are you enjoying your time at the Expo so far?
Oh, this is great. My friend Heather invited me. She subs me out for all the video work, and photography is just a totally different realm. Photographers really, good photographer focuses on, what's in the frame. And I do photography, but I'm much more oriented towards video, and photography takes a certain finesse to it as well that's not easily learnable.
And then what are your thoughts on the OCR community?
The OCR community, I think this is a really cool experience. I love filming anything with lots of action, and there's plenty of action here.
Absolutely.
And I like that, so I'm having a good time.
And where can people find out more about you online?
You can go to TaureauMediaGroup.com. It's kind of hard to spell. It's TAUREAU MediaGroup.com. I wanted to make it hard to spell, so yeah.
Perfect.
Thank you.
I'll link it down below. And where can people find out more about you online?
Instagram at xbellavisions, or my email if they want to shoot me a message is xbellavisions@gmail.com.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Nailed it, yeah.
I'm Regina Bartlett, and I am from West Greenwich, Rhode Island, here with Bartlett Design.
Tell us all about it.
So Bartlett Design is a full-service custom design company. I do all kinds of commercial work as well as custom design work, from apparel to patches, and today we're doing live engraving. So really cool to make keychains, slate coasters, things like that while people wait. So
yeah, most interviews I've been saying, I wish people could see this, which obviously I wish they could see this too, but I wish people could smell this. So you're doing live engravings.
It is my favorite smell. I just did a wood keychain, so it's going to smell beautiful here. But the bamboo pencils and stuff, everything is really amazing. So good high quality stuff, and everyone seems to enjoy it. So
what would motivate you to have a passion in this?
I've always loved art and design, and doing custom work is always great. I have a unique name, so I always love when people come to me saying, I can't find this for my child, their name is different. So I started just doing really cool things for individuals, and now I do things for individuals, companies, everything. I love it.
And my wife's one of those people too. Her name's Caitlin, but as you know, there's 18 different ways to spell Caitlin. So you can't find the keychain or patch or this or that, so that's huge too. You've also come a long way too. I think the first time we talked, you had a book out too, right?
Yes. Yeah, and I actually have another book coming out in just a couple of weeks, so plug it. So my first book is Food, Sweat, and Fears. It's about how I lost over 200 pounds and ran the New York City Marathon. And then this one is about how I got my black belt in karate. So it is pretty amazing.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And how are you enjoying your time at the Expo so far?
I'm loving it. Everyone here has been really nice. It's been pretty busy here at the table, so awesome.
Where can people find out more about you online?
You can go to bartlettdesignri.com to see my full portfolio for design, and more about me and my books, go to reginabartlett.com.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Gabe Capobianchi from Obstacle Wonderland in Walk Hill, New York.
Tell us all about it.
We are a permanent obstacle course in Walk Hill, New York. We have a 2.5 to 3 mile course, which encompasses probably about 25 to 30 obstacles.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun. We have a zip line, and we have some of the most user-friendly, well, actually I should say this. We have a course that's built for anybody, whether it's amateur, pro, or in between. It really is designed for anybody, right?
And you guys have been there for a while, and you're constantly expanding too, right?
Oh, for sure. We actually, even this race, even from last year to this year, we've added obstacles. And I don't know if you were there, but we added a zip line as the finish line.
I heard you talking about it.
Oh
but
my God.
I saw videos of it too, and it looked pretty fun.
Yeah, oh, it was great. And and also we do a lot of kids stuff. We have kids programs, and so the zip line is one. It's so safe. It's so friendly that it really takes a lot of the fear out of the kids and even adults, because it's a lot of fun. It's safe, and boy, I'll tell you, the confidence that comes out of people when they're done with that, along with some of the obstacles that, it doesn't have that same fear factor or things that maybe some of the other courses might have.
Right.
So it's a very boutique-like, right? And it's very old school, very backyard kind of, right? And it's got that feel to it.
So I was able to finally attend my first one last year at the Boogie Wonderland, which is great.
Yeah.
And now this year you got the Spicy Weekend, right?
Yep.
So it sounds like registrations are really high. Things are looking good.
Yeah, actually, I teamed up with Kevin LaPlatney, who you know, right? Mudman, for him to be. He calls himself the co-race director, but I call him the race director. So, and he brings so much experience, and it really shows because he's added some things in there that I never would have thought of, and I'm happy to. And some of the changes, some of the different things, because he's a very experienced runner.
He's been in it longer than I have.
Right.
That's saying something, yeah.
And he's seen how many different versions of anything from Tough Mudder to a smaller race like mine to everything in between. He's actually going out to War X, right? So he's really checking them all out. So he brings here to Obstacle Wonderland like visions of, he sees everything out there.
Yeah.
So it really helps.
And something that you're very good about is paying it forward to the community too. All of your neighbors loved you, a suspicious amount, but like paying it forward to your community, the schools and everything, right?
For sure. I mean, first we pay forward to the athletes, right? So there's an anonymous pay it forward, right? So there's several racers that will be racing next weekend, that it's all paid for, right? And so we never feel that money should be a barrier for you to come out and be athletic or do that particular stuff. So when you pay for an event, when you pay for a ticket, or when you donate or anything, all that money goes as part of that Pay It Forward program. And then also, I already have a list. We donate to the local Plattekill Elementary School. And so they give me a list of things that they would like. And so at the end of the event, I'll have a lot of stuff to donate to them. And it could be anything from headphones for their computers, which we've done, to bicycles, to all that stuff. Even water, food, crackers. Yeah, actually, it's amazing what they ask for, because it's something as simple as water and crackers I never would have thought of. But everything goes back to the field. I started 3D printing. I made all my own medals, everything.
Yeah, some fun stuff you've been making. Yeah.
It is, but it's hard work. It's really hard to but the whole process is, it's that giving it. It's kind of like that giving back kind of thing. It's like, I want people to come, and that swag bag is going to be filled with some good stuff, and it's all usable stuff that me and Kevin had thought about, and we just kind of make sure that you guys leave with some really practical things.
And how are you enjoying your time at the Expo this year?
So this is the first time here, and I had no idea what to expect, but it's been nothing but great. And I have all my friends here, Linda, Star, and my niece Angel over there. And so, as you can tell, we're a pretty non-conventional booth here with our chickens and our Rock'em Sock'em Robot.
That's what I want to talk about. Like, explain all those fun stuff you have on the table here.
Okay, so we did the spicy chicken walk right there, where we lay those for the audience, right? Yeah. So we got the kids; they had to step on all the chickens, and then they would get a prize.
Yep.
A lot of just 3D stuff printed. I guess. Yeah. All the good stuff is gone by now. And so they would do that, and then we have this other thing here with the golden eggs.
Oh, those are hidden on the course, right?
Yeah, but these right here, inside one of them is a little prize.
Oh, cool.
So when you open it up and you see the prize, you can choose from there. Nice. But if you lose, you got to play me in Rock'em Sock'em Robot. And I'm the defending champ right now. Actually, I'm probably like 8-2 right now. What do you think, Linda?
Not bad,
right?
not bad.
But we got. But I think it's been great. I got to meet people I don't think I ever would have met. The folks at Athletic Brewing, who are one of our sponsors.
Yeah.
They're great. I don't think I've ever met Beth. She's very nice. I met the folks over here at some of the other obstacle courses, and especially more so meeting some of the people like me that run smaller obstacle courses.
Right. James Galosano.
Yeah, James, and listening to everybody's got the same trials and tribulations of running an obstacle course, but ultimately the goal is the same, which is, you just you put out as best as you can, and you just want people to have fun, regardless of, I know that's what we do. That's what I do. And so, yeah, I'm happy. And this has been great. I didn't know what to expect.
Right.
I'm so glad I'm here.
It's getting bigger every year. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Where can people find out more about you guys online?
You can go to obstaclewonderland.com, and there you can also see where you can register for our race next week, and then also for our unbelievable Halloween race, October 12th.
Make it this time.
Oh, let me tell you, if you're going to go to anyone, you got to go to that one. But you can find all that stuff on obstaclewonderland.com or go to any of our social medias, Obstacle Wonderland, Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. And I really appreciate you. Yeah. You do a great job with your podcast. I do listen to them. It really is, I can imagine. But kudos to you. I really appreciate it.
Good seeing you again.
Yeah, you too.
My name is Rich Borgatti. I'm from Tewksbury, Massachusetts, and Epic Race Training.
Tell us all about Epic Race Training.
Epic Race Training is like an evolution of my training methods to focus in on OCR athletes and endurance athletes. We also work with hybrid athletes that are going to high rocks. Yep. I have about 20 years of CrossFit training experience that helps with high rocks. Yep. And it seems to be it's getting way more popular than it was last year. So,
explain what it's been like getting more of an influx of hybrid racing now that sport's starting to explode a little bit more. You've had to change your coaching methods, I'm sure, having more of a base in them.
Yeah, so it's a lot of, short intensity, but also that kind of running component. Right. So a lot of early on in the CrossFit space or the hybrid space, people really did not like running at all. Yeah. So this has kind of forced people into this zone of really looking for zone 2 work, looking to really build that base of endurance that they may not have been working on in the past. With a lot of hybrid athletes, they're really great at zone 4 or zone 5, high intensity, short bursts, but they're missing this low-end endurance that'll help carry them through these hour-long races.
Yeah, high rocks is anything but a short burst.
Exactly, right? So you're up and down in heart rate variability, and you're really pushing really hard, and you're ending with 100 wall balls.
That intimidates the hell out of me. I'll have to do one eventually. Probably start off with a team, but that's a lot.
Yeah, I usually tell people to do doubles first. Start with the doubles, go in the open wave, and that gives you a good sense of what it's like to finish. Yeah. Rather than getting caught up in the crowd your first time out and burning out and going, wow, that was not a good experience, right? Yeah. You want to have a good experience and really go for it.
So how long have you been coaching now?
I started coaching in 2007, so almost 20 years. So 18 years now of coaching. So I do one-on-one training, group training, corporate trainings. I used to work very heavily with Spartan. I used to run their Spartan 300 workouts, their world tours, things like that. So I've run the gamut.
You have, yeah, absolutely. Now speak to me a little bit about what's your table look like? What do you have here?
So today I have, I'm promoting some of my new online training programs, my 10K program and my Spartan Stadion programs. Okay. I also have a few strength and conditioning programs for sale, and I have my book, so Epic Training, which is available on my website or on Amazon. So.
And how are you enjoying your time? How are your kids enjoying the time? I'm sure they're running all over the place right now.
Yeah, so I got both my sons with me today, and they're 13 and 10, and they've been doing the kids course, the 100-meter course. There's was it soccer over there? The human foosball. Yep. They have loved it. There's a lot of other kids to kind of hang around and play with this year, which is great. Yeah. It's nice to see this is a family event and not just overly athletic. It's for everybody.
Absolutely. And I think having a more fun venue compared to a fancy venue has been really, really helpful with that too. How's the Expo treating you so far?
I think the Expo is great. It's so much bigger than it was last year. The representation has been fantastic. To see so many more race promoters out here that are working together. They're not just in competition. They're all here trying to grow the sport. And just see the evolution of the Expo. This is my third year here. And like you said, this venue really lends itself for creativity and community and really feels like an obstacle course racing venue.
Yeah.
You know, the ninja gym and everything.
Yeah.
So.
I'm so grateful that they've been so receptive to us here at Ultimate Obstacles. They're awesome. But where can people find out more about you online?
Yeah, so more online. It's at Epic Training on Instagram and Facebook. Our website is epicracetraining.com. All of our programs are there. You can contact me through the website, rich@epicracetraining.com, and I can offer a free consult to anybody that'd like to contact me.
Thanks for taking the time to talk to me, and good luck with the rest of the time at the Expo.
Thank you so much, Mike.
My name is Beth, and I live in Barrie, Vermont.
Oh, that's a good. Oh, okay, Vermont. I was gonna say that's a good place to be in Massachusetts for races. What are you here representing today?
I'm here with Athletic Brewing Company, a non-alcoholic beer.
Tell us all about them.
Athletic Brewing has been around with the Spartan community since like 2017, 2018, offering a non-alcoholic option for those sober folks like myself. And my claim to fame with Athletic is it does not taste like wet socks.
I was gonna say, unfortunately, with non-alcoholic, that means it tastes disgusting. Not the case with them. What are some of your favorite flavors? I think we talked about like a smoky one last time.
So coming out very soon for my personal recommendation is the Lemon Radler. Once I get that in my email, that for me says summer is here. It's their summer ale. It's a porch rocker. It's super light. It's my go-to in the summer after I finish a run or a long ride, and it just really did the light, crisp. Oh, it's so good.
Describe your table to me.
Well, I made an athletic arch. The creativity, I tried.
I remember last year, I think you had like an inflatable like beach scene, right?
I did, yeah. I did a little bit more last year, and this year life got ahead of me. Anyway, so I made an arch. You can go over the athletic bridge and join us sober folks with non-alcoholic beer.
And then what did you bring in the coolers?
Oh my goodness, I have some from my special stash. I have a few left if you can come and find me. I have their IPAs, which are the hazy IPA, which is a little bit lighter IPA, the Run Wild, which is a darker IPA. The one that's really going crazy this year, which I did not expect, is their Copper, which is like the Corona. Everybody's asking for that this year, which last year I couldn't get rid of it, which is really shocking. The Golden is really popular. That's my other go-to after a run or a race. And then their Light, which is your typical Bud Light, Coors Light. But the Copper is where it's at this year.
Yeah. And talk to me about like how good it feels to like have one of these post-race and not feel like crap after.
So, I was just describing my sober journey with some other folks where I used to plan my races around the alcohol content of the finisher beer, and that was when I realized I kind of needed to take a step back, and I just really missed drinking something other than water, which is so boring. And just be able to have that and feel included. I have a lot of friends now who are not sober like me, but they are doing more of the swap where they do one regular beer, one non-alcoholic, one regular beer, one not. So it's definitely a more inclusive community now, and it just really feels good to be able to enjoy something after than a cup of water.
It's a social aspect too, like to have beer with friends and everything. How are you enjoying your time at the Expo so far?
It's great. It's so much better. There's more dogs this year than last year, so which is always a plus.
Absolutely. And where can people find out more about you online as well as Athletic Brewing?
Athletic Brewing is at Athletic Brewing and ABC, #ABC, and athleticbrewing.com. The code BETH20 will save you 20%.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your patience.
Oh, not a problem.
My name's Jen Lefebvre from Connecticut, part of Oscar Mike and Moon Phoenix Rising.
Awesome. Let's start with Oscar Mike. Tell us all about him.
Yeah, so as part of Oscar Mike, we're a nonprofit team that works with athletes to keep them on the move through sports. So we work with adaptive athletes, veterans, first responders, anyone that might need a little bit of a, kind of hand to get through the course. We've been doing these races for a long time, and anytime you see us, people could just join in.
It seems like a lot of fun. I've always wanted to experience a race in that way too, because You can go out and race a race. You can do it with friends, but there's something you can volunteer. But a lot of people overlook the fact, like, you can help out Team Oscar Mike, Team RWB. There's lots of groups out there helping veterans, getting them through there.
Yeah.
How rewarding is it to do what you're doing with them?
Oh, it's so rewarding. I've been talking a lot today. I don't really race on my own anymore. Anytime I do, it's just not as enjoyable. So being out there with the team, getting the camaraderie, helping each other through, working with people who might be struggling, wanting to give up, it's a huge difference.
Absolutely. And talk to me a little bit about your books, too.
Yeah, absolutely. So the books that really are kind of pertaining to why we're here today at the Expo, my new book, Forged by Fire, talks about how obstacle course racing truly heals trauma, mental health challenges, addiction, goes over what happens to our brain when we've had those adversities, how it really can lead to challenges for us. And through being on the course, it can really change our mind, body, heart, and soul, repair our brain. There's a ton of stories, some anonymous, some with pictures of athletes who just wanted to share their stories of how they transformed their lives through obstacle course racing. And it also has some kind of worksheets in the back for people who may know nothing about obstacle course racing and want to get into it. So kind of how you can find your first race, what you can do, what you might want to look for training, and really kind of how you can use this to change your life and heal yourself.
You hopped on the Expo call to talk about it a little bit too, and it's definitely something that speaks to me as someone who has a history of mental health issues. And obstacle course racing was massive for me. The community, all the things that it's done for me, I wanted to pay it forward, hence why I'm doing this podcast, why this expo is going on, all the work I put into all these things. It's super important to pay it forward, right?
Absolutely. And I got into obstacle course racing. I was 225 pounds, out of shape, 40 years old. What am I doing with my life? And I went to my first race, could only do a handful of burpees, got over the 4-foot wall. That's about it. And, now I'm, doing all sorts of different things with it, whether working with teammates, adaptive athletes, helping other people to realize how it can transform our life, from all this, whether it's physical challenges. I've been through trauma myself, and just, I don't know what I would have done without OCR.
Yeah, absolutely. And then talk to me about the kids' books too. We got a variety of them here.
Yeah, so I started out working by trade. I have my doctorate in clinical psychology, and I've been working with kids to heal their lives from trauma. So my kids' books really talk about the stress response system and how movement, right, just being able to move, engage, whether it's through yoga, different activities, can heal our bodies. So when we get stressed out, when we get angry, when we want to kind of freeze and disappear, how we can use movement to re-engage and really kind of feel life again.
Yeah. My wife's going to have a field day talking to you about this later.
Awesome.
Love it. And how's the expo treating you so far?
Amazing. I mean, Steve and the whole crew are just absolutely phenomenal, and I'm so glad that I become friends with them and that I was able to be here this year.
Yeah, very happy to have you. Yeah. And tell us more where people can find out more about you and Oscar Mike online.
Yep, absolutely. So if you go to Oscar Mike online, you'll be able to find out all about the team, the races. They also have amazing gear. I don't know if you're going to chat with Joey a little bit. He could probably give you a little more info. Yeah. And then for me, Moon Phoenix Rising on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook is probably the easiest way to get a hold of me, just looking at Moon Phoenix Rising. And yeah, I think that's it.
Thanks for taking the time to talk to me, and hopefully talking to you again sometime soon.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Perfect.
Hi, my name's Brad Lane. I'm from Warwick, Rhode Island.
And we saw you at Fit Challenge. Now we're here at the Expo. How's it treating you so far?
Fantastic. We had a lot more people than last year. It's good to see this whole place keep growing and growing each year.
Yeah. And tell us all about It Starts Here Fitness.
So It Starts Here Fitness, we really focus on bringing the best out of you, and we do that through competitions. One huge one will be the DECA races. You have the DECA Strong, you have the DECA Mile, you have the DECA Fit.
DECA Atlas?
And DECA Atlas now. I almost forgot about that one.
I know it. Yeah.
So that's a brand new one. I'm here every year for this thing, huge thing. We are hosting an event on the 22nd of June. Half the ticket proceeds will go to Operation Enduring Warrior to help wounded veterans and police officers. So it's important for me to be here, especially next to the booth, really promote that and get people involved. They're out here now doing this DECA Strong, so it's an easy transition. Okay, you got familiar with the Strong, let's get the mile in. You can walk it, you can jog it. And a lot of people don't know that you can do it with a partner, you can do it with a friend. So
sometimes it's more fun that way too, yeah.
It is, and I got so many people off the couch while doing it with a friend, and now they're loving it, and now they're back into their fitness. They're hitting their goals. On top of that, I became a High Rocks affiliate. Okay. So we do a lot of High Rocks classes. We offer High Rocks classes 7 days a week now.
Wow.
That's taken off. I'm proud that we have 30 athletes competing in New York in about a month. And it just goes hand in hand with DECA because a lot of it is the similar movements. So, and the last one would be the Deadly Dozen race. It's brand new. It's come from the UK. That's making its way into the United States now. So, once again, their format is similar to it. So, every month I'm hosting an event. The most important one is the OEW fundraiser, to support the veterans. If we don't do something for them, nobody will. That's how I look at it.
Absolutely. Where can people find out more about when these events are, where you're located and everything?
Sure, you can go to ishfitness.com. I have dedicated links to everything on it, whether if it's DECA related, High Rocks, the Deadly Dozen, the event pages on it, URLs to click on and purchase tickets are going to be on that as well. I'm constantly updating that stuff. You can find us on Instagram at Estacia Fitness, all together, or obviously Facebook, Estacia Fitness as well. I'm available as well at brad@ishfitness.com. You can email directly to me. I'll be happy to answer your questions.
Perfect. Thanks for taking the time to talk to me, and I'll let you get back to your booth.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Shell, and I'm from the Bay Area, so I'm from California, but I'm a transplant into Chattanooga. Yeah. So Lionhearts Fitness is on the border of Chattanooga and Georgia, so that's where we're at right now.
Tell us all about Lionhearts Fitness.
Oh, glory. Lionheartsfitness.com. That's the best place because we are a lot of things. We're free fitness for all youth, and free racing, free OCR. Got a movie being made right now, which is really cool. We hope it promotes more OCR and unity in OCR. We have camps. We just bought a new property, 30 acres, where we're going to be able to have a compound and an OCR ranch. But it is all about OCR, but we also have partnered up with the track clubs and with Chattanooga Sports and with other things so that the youth can do all kinds of things. We're going to find, just tap into whatever they can do and get them involved. Our camps have everything from fishing to arts and crafts. So it's not just OCR, but the OCR teaches them to overcome obstacles and to overcome together. We're a little different than other groups, and I'll just finish with this. Our Lionhearts need to do at least one race per event all together. So no man left behind. From 5 to 15, they're all together. And they're on the course together. And they do every obstacle one at a time. It could be 70 kids if it's Lionhearts. That could be a few hours instead of a half hour. Now what happened is a lot of our youth are like, can I compete? Well, after you do this. Can I run on my own? After. I don't want to compete, but I don't want to run on my own. After you do this. Well, what happened was, last week at Savage, we swept the podiums.
Really? Oh, yeah, I didn't realize that. Okay.
Right, but we're not a competitive team. No, you can look it up on our website. It says competition versus non-competition. But they have so much fun that they qualified and went to the World Championships. The Lionhearts youth actually had the first all-teen team in the adult relay race at the World Championships. And they nailed it. And we were winning champions. We had champions at the World Championships. But we're not a competitive team. We're a loving team, help each other team, service team, free team, everybody belongs team, no phone zone team. And for some reason, that unity works.
It's so great to hear because personalized, my wife is a special needs teacher, 3rd grade. I'm a behavioral therapist. I work with autistic kids. It's important to give kids this outlet, but also it's the future of our sport, right?
Absolutely. And we do have Tourette's, autism, geniuses off the board, very, very wealthy, very, very poor. Everybody belongs with us. A lot of the wealthy people forget that their parents are like, I bought you a car, I don't need to take you to, no. Or I bought you a PS5, I don't need to take you to, and they're like, but this, but you're like, but this is free. And they're like, okay, go. And for some reason, even the wealthy will allow them to go. So that's why we have to keep it that way. We're all volunteers, we're all free, we're all donations, and now we're worldwide. And we have a team of 50 pros right now representing Lionhearts to help propel the mission, because people really do care. I don't care what the world is telling you. I don't care what society's telling you. I don't care what you're reading on the internet. I am proof, and Lionhearts is proof, that people care. And let's get that out there. Instead of, oh, this messed up. No. We are spoiled. We're blessed, beyond blessed, sponsored by Savage, sponsored by Spartan, sponsored by Bartlett. We're sponsored by Race Ready Obstacles. They help our children because they care. And it's like, that's missing in the podcasts. We're hearing smack in the back talk.
Absolutely. And tell us a little bit about the movie.
Well, I know you can't see this right here, but you have a trailer that you can go to. It's called lionheartsmovie.com. So there's a trailer of the movie. We were approached about the story and asked if we would like to make the movie. We saw it. I've been around for a little while in the music industry, read the contracts. It was like, whoa, that's a good deal. And they've been already at Savage and Spartan getting content, doing what they're doing. And you'll see it'll be released. And it'll be about OCR, but also Lucetta's story of how he created Lionhearts Fitness, because he created it as a child. And so the whole story will be there, and I really hope it helps OCR as a whole.
And the story was very touching to me. I know a little bit about the background. I also have mental health issues, so it's like it felt good to hear that, and that you're helping prevent that for future kids, right?
I hope so. That's the goal. We won 10 awards, got a cover of a magazine, all this other stuff in the last 3-4 weeks. Yeah, I'm tired. But if we can't get in that room and work with those kids, or get on that course and hold that kid's hand, or watch that child get over that 4-foot wall, then none of it is worth it. The hype, don't believe the hype. Live up to the hype, but don't believe it. Get in there, work with those children, and serve. That's really what it's about.
So this is your first time flying up here and coming to the Expo. How's it treating you so far?
Spoiled rotten. My son's right now in line for DECA. He's going to be out there in a second. Good. So I have to go take some pictures of him out there.
Yes. And then final thoughts, where can people find out more about you guys online? Where can they help you? Where can they donate and help?
Absolutely. Lionheartsfitness.com has everything. So you can sponsor a child. You can sponsor anything. You can join us and come race. Any child is free. Come with us. Any newcomer, if you want to learn how, get a hold of us. We'll make sure you can race. Old timers, if you want to donate to Lionhearts, then we can give you a free coat, because they've helped us provide those things for any free body.
It's great to see the community supporting you, because you're trying to do the same for them. But thanks for taking the time to talk to me, and lovely to meet you finally.
I'm so hurried. I'm so sorry.
Great.
All right.
Jamie Gillon, Hillsborough, New Hampshire.
Awesome. And let's start with Fit. How was Fit Challenge earlier today?
Fit Challenge is great. You know, the climbing, the course is back in full, or same as it always was. Rough climbing, rough footing. They don't have the heavy hitter obstacles that they used to. So if you've never kept your band there and you didn't go this year, you missed out.
Right. I think the hardest one, from what I saw of the course today, was Gibbons today, right?
Yeah, I believe I think Gibbons was the only thing that cut any bands.
Okay.
They said they took about 9. Gibbons took me about 5 tries. Okay. And then I did.
It was towards the end instead of in the middle.
It was towards the end, which helped a lot. And then right after those 5 tries, I did need a second try on double up because I'm short.
Happens, all good.
But yeah, there was no Destroyer, no Devil's Playground. So hopefully they can get some of that stuff back, or something of similar caliber back. But yeah, it was a good race.
Good. Thoughts on it? The fact that it's returned, huh?
I mean, anything that comes back in OCR is great. You know, hopefully it sustains. They've already announced it for next year, so it's at least a 2-year comeback, if not a permanent comeback, so that's great. I'd love to see all the defunct races come back.
Absolutely. And now we're here at the Expo. How long have you been here? How are you enjoying it so far?
I'm enjoying it. I've been here actually a couple hours. Time flies, actually.
Yes.
Yeah, I shot up right from Fit, and I did a couple funsy laps after, and yeah, this is awesome. I've never been. There's a lot of cool stuff. I'm going around talking to people, meeting some new people, seeing a lot of old friends too, which is great. I'm not doing the competitions because after 3 laps of fit, I just don't need that.
Fair.
But I'm wearing, you guys can't see me on the radio or podcast, I'm wearing my fit medal, and I'm actually surprised how many people don't know much about it. So it's amazing. Well, yeah, the medal is amazing looking, but I'm just saying don't know much about Fit Challenge, so being a little ambassadorship unintended, but yeah, no, this is really cool. A lot of cool stuff, and this gym is amazing. I mean, I wish I lived closer.
Yeah. Are there any like vendors here that like you didn't know anything about before that now you're really interested in?
Not too much. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't say too much. I haven't seen them all, so that's the thing. I didn't know much about Lionhearts. That's kind of cool. Obviously, they're not in this area, but anything to do with kids is amazing. I had a great conversation with the Savage Race people, and it was kind of cool to talk to them, and the fact, obviously I know Savage Race well, but the fact that they're not just like Savage is the end-all be-all, the fact that they're talking about other races to me. They're talking to me about Fit, they're talking about Spartan, you know. So I think that's great. You know, I got some peanut butter samples and all that.
Yeah.
And that stuff's very good. Haven't piqued too huge of an issue, but I knew a lot of these companies anyways, a lot of New England stuff, but it's great to see people out, which is awesome.
Yeah. And then what else do you have planned for the rest of the year now?
Wasson Pond Pounder in a few weeks.
Right. Or Wrangler now.
Wasson Pond Wrangler, yes. I cannot kick the thing, so
It's been that for so long.
it is, yeah, and so I'm looking forward to do that again. You know, done that. This will be my 4th time, I think, 5th time, something like that. So, yeah, I've been doing that for years, so that'll be fun. Then I got my company's sponsoring a road race up in upstate New York. So,
what's the name of that one?
that is the Lake City Running Festival in Plattsburgh.
Okay.
I'm a remote employee, in case you guys didn't figure out. So,
I hope so.
yeah, I'm a road employee for a company out of New York and Vermont, and so I'm going up there. You know, that'll be a new venue for me. Never raced in the state of New York. That'll be fun. And then I'm doing both days at Palmerton. I've never done Palmerton before. People are like, oh, you're in for a treat.
Yes. I did it for my first time last year, and yes.
So, anyways, I'm doing that, and then Savage a week later. So we'll see how that goes, and then taking a little bit of time off to do, and then I'm going to do the Bear Brook Trail races. I'm going to do the short one, and then Killington 2 weeks after that. So that'll be my Rust Buster, and then I got to figure out what I'm doing in the fall to use my free code that I got here.
Yeah, right.
So possibly Fenway, possibly that New York venue, but probably Fenway, which I haven't done in many years.
Right.
So yeah, so that's my schedule, and I'm sure you guys will see me at some stuff.
Awesome. Where can people find you on social media?
I have a personal Facebook account and a personal LinkedIn, but otherwise I don't do any of that Instagram, X, Z, whatever other stuff out there. But yeah, I don't have any public pages, but I guess you could send me a friend request, and that's that.
Good seeing you as always, man, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your time here at the Expo.
Yep, great talking to you, Mike. It actually worked out better that you interviewed me here as opposed to the Fit Finish line.
Yeah.
So perfect.
My name is Charles of Max Body Solutions. I'm from Millbury, Mass.
Tell us all about it.
So I am a traveling deep tissue massage specialist and a professional stretcher. If people who do not know what professional stretching is, you ever think like, I wish I could have somebody do yoga for me. That is me right there. I take about 90% of stretching, effort of stretching out for you. You ever seen the people on the sidelines getting stretched at football games? That's what I do, but I do it for the general population and stuff like that.
So I recently had to go to a chiropractor. We talked about my back issue last time I saw you.
Yep.
And he stretched me out in very similar ways that you did it, which was very helpful. One, shows that you know what you're doing, for whatever that's worth too. How long have you been doing this?
So I've been in the health fitness industry for over 10 years. I have worked in a PT clinic before and all the way up to personal training and stuff like that. I've done hands-on body work for people for over 5 years as a professional stretcher and a little bit of a massage therapist. I am a licensed massage therapist in the state of Mass, and I understand why a chiropractor, you felt the same way because I have that knowledge base. I also have a exercise physiology degree, so I'm very well trained and very well diverse. All my sessions are customized to the individual. I do not follow a standard routine. So I work on the things you want me to work on.
That's great, yeah. And we're here at the Expo now, but did I hear that you also had Fit Challenge earlier today?
Yes, I was at Fit Challenge today. Yeah, I was there too. I was doing elite heat and stuff like that. I've been doing professional heats for the last 2 years now. So I've been doing OCRs for over 10 years. So I've been really hope regrows and comes back again.
How's it feel that Fit Challenge is back again?
I was definitely caught off by surprise that Fit Challenge is back again. I thought he was done. I was there for my last event. He was actually he was one of a training race for the Killington Ultra. So I'm super happy he's back. I hope he comes back next year. I think in his email it says he's going to be back, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, yeah, I think April 11th next year, I believe.
Yes.
That's pretty exciting. That's already it's already a date on the calendar. And back to the Expo, though. How's the Expo treating you? It seems like you've been busy.
Yes, it's been treating me really well. I've worked with Steve, and Steve was very calm enough to give me like 2 locations so I can have a table and have plenty of room for the table so I can work with people. So Steve has been super accommodating. Steve has been wonderful to work with.
Yeah. And where can people find out more about you guys online, and how far do you travel again?
So I travel within an hour of Millbury with no traffic. So if there's traffic, I'll make sure I buff in that time. They can find me at maxbodysolutions.com. And you can find all my information on my webpage. You can find out more about my educational background. You can find out about each individual services. I do professional stretching, massage, and I also do combo sessions too. And in each description will tell you what and how much I can work on with people.
That's great. Thanks for taking the time to talk to me. And great that you were at Fit Challenge and here supporting both.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to be here next year too.
Thanks, man.
All right, thanks.
Dan McDonald from Orlando, Florida.
And then what are you representing here today?
So representing Spartan and Tough Mudder here today.
How are you enjoying your time at the Expo?
This is probably the most electric, all around just amazing. It's all about OCR, right? So it's not just my brand that I'm here. I get to spend time with all these other folks who are doing the exact same thing we do.
Yeah. We have Savage here, we got Spartan here. It feels good to have the big brands represented as well as the small brands.
And it's, again, we all know we all need the small brands because they remind us that, hey, when Savage isn't around, when Tough Mudder or Spartan's not around, that's right, there's a local one that still does some really epic stuff, and we love them as much as anybody else out here.
It also makes a good feeder system if people are too intimidated by getting electrocuted in a Tough Mudder, or if burpees are coming back, burpees at Spartan, so I think it's great that we all support each other. And I know you've been a big supporter behind the scenes with this Expo, which I greatly appreciate, but it's nice to finally have you here in person. So is it living up to your expectations?
It's actually blowing it away. So people tell you hey, you got to come out, you got to see this. But this morning at 8 o'clock this morning, you already can feel the electricity. And it has been nonstop since then. And again, I get to sit next to Lionhearts, and I got Oscar Mike. I mean, I've got people I see at races every weekend, and they're all here having an amazing time.
Yeah, it means a lot to hear. And I guess we kind of cut right to the chase, but tell me about Spartan and Tough Mudder. How long have you been with them? What do you love so much about their brand?
So been working for the company for 3.5 years, but I've been doing races for 8+ years. What I love about is not just Spartan and Tough Mudder, it's everything about OCR is we remind people that they're way stronger and can do way more than they thought they could do.
Yes.
Seeing somebody cross any finish line, and again, I don't care what the finish line is, whether it's world's toughest. Took a wheelchair athlete out there for more heart than scars last year. When she got 25 miles in, it's like she almost forgot for a moment that she was an adaptive athlete. It's incredible. And then the final racer at any race, right? There's nothing like the last racer. The fact that they probably were going to quit, that's 5 or 6 times on a 5K. We look at a 5K now, and go, well, I'm going to look there for fun. But they came out, and they're somewhere in that journey. Are they in the fitness journey? Are they recovering from something? Was last year really tough on them, mentally, physically, whatever it was? They crossed that finish line, and you can see it in their face. It's why I do it. It's why my wife gives me a hard time. I was supposed to retire last year, and 3.5 years ago, I went to her and said, by the way, I'm not retiring in 2024. I get a chance to go work for a brand that I know and an industry that I know changes lives and saves lives. And we've all worked in a bunch of industries in our lives. I've owned something as cool as Krispy Kreme donuts. People love Krispy Kreme donuts, right? But no one ever came to me ever and said this donut changed my life or saved my life. We all hear that. I know Savage hears it every weekend. We hear it every weekend. Somebody, their life is different because they did it. How do you not want to be part of this industry?
Absolutely. And and your actions speak as well as your words. Because I told you I first met you at World's Toughest Mudder, and you were there presenting an award for blind Pete Casaboon, right?
Yes. I'm telling you. And so I don't know if you were out on the course and when he was out there at the water station.
Yeah, I interviewed him.
Oh my goodness. It was hilarious.
And the sense of humor of that guy. Great to see you again. Nice to see you. I'll see you later. Like, man, he's just...
But you know he took that weekend and he's back. He's running again. He is back out racing. How amazing is that? He was retired.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, skip the fact the gentleman's completely blind and running faster than most able-bodied, fully sighted people can do.
Yeah.
And he's amazing. I mean, just, again, him getting that award was way overdue, only because he refused to ever be recognized.
Yeah.
Again, that tells you how incredible
the people. And we're good. Yep.
Yes, I mean, he's one of those guys that just never wanted to be recognized for anything other than just an athlete.
Yeah.
But he's more than an athlete. He is, and it's not because that he can't see.
Right.
He's genuinely that good of a person. I met him for the first time at Worlds last year.
Okay.
And he goes, "What can I do? I just need to help out." So he handed out shirts.
Yep.
So he goes, "All I need to know is one time you walk me through the boxes, what the different sizes are, male and female."
Yep.
So I'm like, okay, I'd never met the guy before. Showed him one time. All we had to do after that was say, "Need a large," and a large would come flying at our heads. And it was always right, every time.
Yeah.
And
I think it's good inspiration for people to hear if they're visually impaired, like, you are capable, you can be strong, you can continue to do things. Adventure is out there.
way stronger than you think you are. We have a young lady that runs with more heart than scars. She's like, I can't do the ultra. I'm like, why can't you do the ultra? Well, because I can't see. I said, but you've done the Beast at Killington.
Yeah.
What do you mean you can't do an ultra? You're just doing two of them, and you're not going to go do the ultra at Killington. So before she left, she's unfortunately for her now doing the ultra in Newberry.
Okay.
You know, now More Heart Than Scars will take her out there, right? Because that's what we do. But when she crosses the finish line, it won't be for us, and we won't care. She will have done something that she believed today that she can't do. And again, I know you've been around long enough. You know this. Every time somebody does that, it just solidifies. Again, people use their why. This is my why. I believe those are all fake. Almost all of them are fake. And it's a rah, rah, rah for them. We all live the same why every time. When this guy does a teddy bear crawl and raises money to buy teddy bears for little kids, that's his why. I mean, so this sport gives people honest to goodness, genuine whys every day.
So many things, more things I want to talk to you about, but I gotta get to other things too. Just final thoughts on working in this industry. Where can people find out more about Spartan and Tough Mudder in case they haven't heard of them somehow?
So I always tell people, just go search it on YouTube. If you want to go look up Spartan or Tough Mudder on YouTube, and you will see epic stuff out there. But you're gonna see like what you all do out there posted. You're gonna see the live shots. Don't look at the athletes. That's why I tell people, don't worry about the elite athletes and the
six-pack.
No, you don't. But go watch the everyday person who's finished it. That is what this is all about. It's what all of our brands are about. Yes, we all have elite athletes that crush it.
The tip of the spear.
Yes, right? But we also have the people who go out there, they walk the entire thing, and they just cross the finish line.
That's what it's all about. Well, super happy that I got to take the chance to talk to you more, and thanks so much for what you've done to the Expo, and keep crushing it over at Spartan Tough Mudder. You make the company better, so thank you.
Well, and again, you all, I watched your stuff well before I ever came to work for the company. Again, there's a few of you who are reasons why I'm gonna go try that thing, and here I am.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
My name's Teresa Spadola, and I'm from Randolph, New Jersey.
My name is Lee Stowell, and I'm from Orange, Massachusetts.
And what brings you to the Expo today?
So I'm the assistant race director of Savage Race, and we're here to support our race and all the others and just grow the community.
And what's your role in Savage Race as well?
So I'm the race director. I create the courses, the obstacles, lead the team, and just generally keep everybody safe and happy.
And create a brutal experience for everyone in Georgia, right?
Brutal if you like Type 2 fun. It's fun at first, and then it hurts, and it's fun again.
Absolutely. So I've been hoping to have you guys here for a long time. It's so great to finally have you guys here. How are you enjoying your time at the Expo so far?
It's great. It's good to be surrounded by like-minded people. And, we're all different spices in the cabinet, and the more of us that there are, the better. And we all push each other to be a little bit better. And the industry is big enough to support all kinds of races, and we like to be here to support and keep growing. Because we're here for OCR. We're not here for Savage Race, we're here for OCR.
And Lee, you having a good time? You feel safe? I know you've had a weapon in your hand since you've got here.
Yes, self-defense is always on the mind, but like Teresa said, it seems like everybody's on the same page. And with me being the only one with a weapon, I don't feel threatened.
I love it. And for someone that's unfamiliar, I guess, what is Savage Race?
So Savage Race is an obstacle course company, and we put up obstacle races around the country, and our main thing is it's about fun and it's about community. I'm not here to punish you. I'm not here to beat you up. You're here to find the kind of challenge that you're looking for and have a good time and make friends along the way.
And some say like the perfect distance, the best obstacles, right?
That's absolutely true. So not only do we have our original staples, but we have our fun obstacles, we've got our fear obstacles, and I've brought some of my own ninja background into the course to create some of the more challenging and dynamic obstacles.
It's one of those races where just off the top of my head, I think Holy Sheep, Scorn Hole, Twirly Bird, Wheel World, like there's so many rattling off the top of my head that are very unique to Savage that it keeps it interesting for you guys, right?
Yeah, it's great. And the way that we approach creating new obstacles is we think, what can we make somebody's body do? And then figure out how to build something that will make them do that action. So we go about it that way. And because we're on the smaller side as far as operations, the company's about 25 people, top to bottom. So we get to implement changes quickly and efficiently. So if we want to make something new, it's like, do we have the material? Yes. Test it? Yes. Put it out there. Sold.
Nice and simple flow chart. But I'm glad you brought that up too, because I don't think people realize they see Savage Race and you guys are like one of the big races in the country now, but you guys do have a small operation. And Lee, you have experience on both sides behind the course and working as an elite too. What do you love so much about Savage?
Coming from the racer standpoint, I've always felt that as long as you have the big picture correct, these small details end up making the big difference in the end. So one thing I've enjoyed at Savage Race is that we fill in all the gaps and we really care about the smaller experiences of like when you're on course, do you feel like you're going to get lost or not? When you're on the obstacles, do you feel like the company had thought about your safety or not? And those small touches really bring the point home that we're all out here to be together, to have fun, and to get home safe.
Absolutely. And then in addition to the regular Savage Race, you guys are still offering the Blitz too, right? A nice shorter course, more, I guess, entry level for some people too, or an additive for people that really want to solidify a fun race weekend, right?
Yes, we have both. And like you said, it's great if you want to dip your toe in and give it a try or challenge yourself a little bit further beyond the Savage Race, you add that on. So we really have a real broad spectrum of who can come and try it, and everybody's going to have a great time.
Yeah. And obviously, OCR makes its money from the general population, but it's the elite side of the sport that really drives the sport forward. I think Savage is doing very well in paying deep and for many races too. Talk about that a little bit.
This is something we've been thinking about for a long time, in that paying to the top three doesn't really bring benefit to the people who aren't the ultimate, the top of the elite. So we want the people who are competitive to still have something for them, even if they don't get first place. And with the challenge of the obstacles added in, it makes for a real total package that I think different skill levels can thoroughly enjoy, whether you're novice, intermediate, or D1 Olympic level kind of nonsense. But there's something for everyone. And when it comes together like that, I really think the total experience can be life-changing for a lot of people.
Absolutely. And then explain to me what you guys have at your table today.
So we've got our tent. Obviously, we got to have some branding. We're running a special. So for today and today only, we're running a 25% off to get some folks who have considered trying Savage Race, but we're a little nervous, like give them that extra push to come out. And we got some candy out there because everybody needs a little bit of a sugar kick.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And just overall, how are you enjoying your time at the Expo?
I came in with very few expectations, and they've all been surpassed, exceeded, and I found some new expectations that were surpassed too. The whole thing's been really positive. I've been pleased with the number of people that showed up, but also the percentage of people that I meet that are like pure passion people. Whereas in a normal public, you might find a very small percentage of people that are truly passionate about something they care about. Here, it seems like nearly everyone is like a diehard fan for whatever their purpose or cause is. And having that level of intimacy, of effort, all in one room really makes for a strong vibe.
And then I guess final thoughts, where can people find out more about Savage Race online?
You can go to savagerace.com. We'll be in the area in New England in mid-July, July 19th, and we'll be around the rest of the country. We tend to follow the good weather, so we'll be up north for the summer, and then we'll head back down south as the cold grows in.
Super glad you guys took the time to come here, and thanks for taking the time to talk to me.
Awesome, thank you. We'll see you out there.
Alex Katz, and I'm with Neighborhood Ninjas.
Tell us all about it.
Yeah, so Neighborhood Ninjas is a nonprofit organization. We use the sports of Ninja Warrior and obstacle course racing to help kids develop growth mindset, social emotional skills, confidence, connection, and resilience. And we've got a national scholarship program, mentorship program, and we're building adult-sized obstacle playgrounds in low-income and rural areas nationwide.
That's a huge undertaking.
Yeah.
How's that been going so far?
Oh, it's great. We actually opened our first one in Wilmington, Delaware in May of 2024. And we've done like 30 free community classes, workshops. We did our first free competition at it. And we've seen just so much growth in the community, like funneling new people into both sports for ninja and obstacle training, whole families being active together for the first time in years, and just really incredible results from our programs as well, the way it's impacted kids. And then now we're building one in Lee, Massachusetts, like out where the Berkshires are, Western Mass, set to open in spring of 2026.
Very exciting. Yeah, I know that we talked about a little bit about that last year too, and I was just talking to Shell about how important it is to get more youth in, whether it be ninja or OCR, just fitness-related community. It's vital, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's community, it's fitness, it's engaging for people in a way that traditional playgrounds are not, right? Obstacles, one, there's no right way to do an obstacle, which is amazing. Right. Two, it's literally growth mindset in practice, right? Because you're going to have to figure out what works for you, take a strengths-based approach. What we really teach is abilities versus process, and then how you apply that back. So like, how many times do you hear someone say, I suck at, whatever the thing is, and it's like, well, do you really suck at balance, or were you looking too far ahead and you missed, where your foot was supposed to go? And then it's like, same thing, do you really suck at math, or was there a part of your process that you missed, and now, you know how that is, it goes into every part of the equation. So we really work with them. A lot of us have education, social work backgrounds in addition to coaching, so we work with these teens especially on building that growth mindset and that resilience, and we work a lot with kids in foster care and the juvenile justice system as well.
It's huge. I think kids are getting really exposed to social media very, very quickly, very early, and it's difficult to see people that are better than them in everything, right? Like, it's the same with our sport too. Like, I don't have a six-pack. Should I really be doing OCR? It's like you work on what you can and you continue to grow and get better, right?
Yeah, and what's cool too is, so if you follow us on Instagram, it's neighborhood_ninjas, you can see videos of the playground that we built and how it encourages teens and whole families to play together. Because like a lot of times with typical playgrounds that we have, parents are sitting on the benches watching their kid play. It's not something the whole family's doing. And even, back in October, we had our first free community competition, right? We had like 100 people come out, and parents were actually signing up to do their first athletic thing for the first time in years, kind of like, with OCR races, and they're out there with their kids. There's something for everyone. They're playing together. They're working on their self-talk together in real time. They're challenging each other, and it's really like the one in Delaware has become just a normal after-school thing that families are doing, and that was part of our goal.
That's great. And it's nice seeing James Golisano. I'm not too sure if you're familiar with him too, but like seeing him on the ninja courses with his kids. But when I came here, to set up for this a couple weeks ago, just seeing a lot of the people here, like you're right, the adults are just sitting on the side watching the kids. It's like, this can be a playground for you too.
Yeah, there's something for everyone, and we design it in a way where no matter if you haven't done anything active in 30 years or you're a current Ninja or OCR superstar, like there's something for everyone. And you know, our board president Whitney, she lives in Wilmington, which is where we did our first one there. She's a mom of 3, and when she started training for Ninja, she was training on elementary school playgrounds, you know, and now she's out there running like free classes for moms and stuff like that to kind of show them, hey, like you can do this too. It doesn't just stop when you have kids, right? And when I started training for OCR, I was training on elementary school playgrounds, you know, and a lot of us did. And, you know, it's great, but there's also, we want to encourage kids to do things, but that kind of equipment's not really made for that, and now we're getting them in trouble at school, right? So, and then, you know, the programming that goes along with it, like once this one is done in Lee, we're going to be doing tons of free community programming. Lee, Massachusetts, you know, it's got an hour from Connecticut, an hour from New York, an hour from here, basically hour and a half. So we're also just creating free outdoor recreational opportunities where we can bring in different members of the community and just create more options. You know, out where we're building this one, there's not a lot for them. So that's really important to us too, and just giving them like a safe and productive after school environment as well.
Yeah, and then there's different athletic pursuits you could do in order to get there. What made you, what do you love so much about obstacle course racing as like as a way to get to that mindset?
Yeah, so I think the biggest thing is really that abilities versus process approach, right? Because with an obstacle, one, there's no right way to do it, which I love, right? So it's encouraging creative problem solving, which we need more of because a lot of things are standardized, like, hey, this is the only way to do it, right? And that's not true. That's not how life works. Basically tells you you're wrong if you're not doing it a certain way. But obstacles are really strengths-based. Like, what are your strengths and how do you use it to overcome it in whatever way you need to, which is kind of how life works. Like, how do you become resilient? How are you scrappy? How are you resourceful, right? Maybe when you lack resources. The other thing is, what is your self-talk? How are we training that in real time on these obstacles, you know? And I think too, like a lot of times I'll show this video of me falling on an obstacle 16 times, right? And I asked them, how many of you would let yourself fail at something 16 times? And most of them will not. And I relate it back to like when I applied for college, I applied for 63 scholarships, but I did not get the first, you know, like 12 that I applied for, you know, and so it's like, okay, how many of you would stop after 12 or would you keep going, right? Like in life, there's just so many obstacles to whatever path you're on, and it's just a great metaphor for it. And then, you know, the other thing for me, it's the community. Like when I first got into obstacle course racing, it was about 10 years ago, and I was somebody who like, I was always athletic, I always did other sports, I did team sports, I did all these things, but I didn't find the same level of community that I was able to find through stuff like Ninja and OCR, where it's individual and team-based at the same time, you know? I guess it's kind of how track was, but it also encourages different forms of strength and, you know, really just seeing what your body's capable of. We never know when there's going to be a zombie apocalypse is really how I look at it. And my friend actually convinced me to do pro high rocks with 2 weeks notice. And I was ready because it's just like, you know,
I'm not ready for those wall balls.
Oh no, but it's like, but you know, like OCR training, it just like, it applies to every aspect of your life. You know, I went and moved an entire fridge by myself, like picked it up, put it in my truck. Like it just, you know, what your body's capable of. And then again, going back to that growth mindset and confidence, it's like, well, now you're just more confident to handle literally any situation because you're like, well, here was a thing that I didn't know if I could do it or how I was going to do it, and I got through it. So now when I face an obstacle in life that I don't know how I'm going to get through it or how I'm going to do it, it's like, well, can I build a trust resume with myself and like look at the times where I did things I didn't think I could do, right?
It improves the quality of life, absolutely.
Yep.
Now, how are you enjoying your time at the Expo? Is this your second year here now? Or?
Oh, wow. I don't even know how many years I've been here now. I was definitely here last year, so I've been here at least 2 years. Love the Expo. The Expo is great. It's really awesome to connect with, you know, just so many amazing organizations and people coming from all over. And, you know, I used to live up here and be here all the time, and now I'm in Texas, so it's nice to, you know, be able to connect with all my New England people again.
Yeah. And you guys have a kids course over there too. How has that been going?
We do, yeah. We have a free kids course. We got a mobile rig going on over there. We actually just did an event in Lee, Massachusetts with it last weekend. We had like 75 kids. It was packed. It was so cool, yeah. And today has been pretty good. The kids are really enjoying the course, so really excited to be here.
And where can people find out more about you guys online?
Yeah, so it's neighborhoodninjas.org. And you can also follow us on Instagram. It's neighborhood_ninjas, plural with an S. People always forget the S. But that's a really great place to see what we're up to, see videos of things that we're doing out in the community. And then you can always email me. It's alex@neighborhoodninjas.org.
Perfect, thank you.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Evan Perperis, originally from Long Island, New York. I live in Brookline, Massachusetts now.
Lovely to have you, man. And how you enjoying your first time here at the Expo?
It's awesome. This is an event that should be replicated at every kind of region in the United States. Since I spent the last couple of years in the Midwest, that would be my first recommendation is get all the Midwest brands together, Mythic Race, Conquer the Gauntlet, Hazelwood OCR, the three of them are doing like a series now, and then all the other brands that are in the Midwest, Casey Timber, and do like a Midwest OCR Expo.
I would love that. I would absolutely. Imitation's flattery, and it would only help the sport, right?
I 100% agree. And you look at the place they're using, right? It has like a fitness area, it's got a ninja area, and then it's just got like some open space. And there are plenty of gyms in the Midwest that have that exact layout.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of emailing and connecting with the right people. And I think Steve Bacon, the head of the New England OCR Expo, has done a great job reaching out to people, staying connected, and then bringing in people like you, podcasters, to help spread the message and create an event that I don't think exists anywhere else in the world.
Yeah, I'm really happy to hear that. And you're not just here as a typical attendee, you're also here as a vendor. So what are you plugging today?
So I'm selling my normal TeamStrengthSpeed.com stuff. So still the only U.S. distributor of Blake mitts, got lights and extremes. And then I got my books. So I've written 9 books, which is kind of insane at this point. And I've actually got a whole bunch of other random stuff. Like I'm trying to offload some of my old OCR equipment.
Not just stuff, awards too. Like you got some.
Yeah, so I have a couple of like concrete, very heavy awards that people can use as training aids, whether you put them in a backpack or I have like an Atlas stone that I won as an award.
Yeah.
So.
And how's it feel to be out here? One, I mean, you're always out here with your dad, with Terry. Always great to see him. But like with your son too, how cool is that?
Super cool. They did have a kids course, so my son's run the kids course I think 3 times at this point.
Nice.
He got a medal, and he got, going around to the vendors area, he got a whole bunch of stickers. So cool. Very family friendly event. Bring your kids, bring your family. And then we bought some like peanut butter too, so that was
good.
Really good. And they have food trucks outside.
Yeah, I'm really happy about the food trucks. The food was delicious. And how are you enjoying your time in New England? Have you taken on any like local races or anything yet? Or
the only one I've done so far locally is Natticook Challenge, and I know I know James is here as well.
Yep.
I had a lot of fun doing that. I wrote a review for OCR Buddy, I believe.
Okay.
Maybe it was the OCR Report. I think it was OCR Buddy. I write for both now, so I get them confused.
Writing for hire, you're busy.
Yeah, I'm busy. I went back to school, and I just hadn't quite had as much opportunity to race as I thought I would.
Right.
My schedule was a little bit busier, and the most recent race I did was Hannibal Race in Kuwait. I did the 8-kilometer there and the 300-meter there.
Yep.
Flew to Kuwait for the weekend, which is pretty sick.
We had CBJ on to talk about that. He had an amazing experience. We spoke very highly of it.
Yeah, I need to listen to that episode. I'm way behind on episodes.
Fair.
But yeah, it was such a crazy experience. Every time I've traveled to the Middle East, it's crazy. Like, not in a bad way, but just like you see a different culture. You see a completely different atmosphere, and it was cool to race against athletes from another part of the world.
Super cool, super cool. I guess final thoughts, where can people find out more about you online?
So Ultra OCR Man is for everything, right? So Facebook.com/Ultra OCR Man, Instagram @Ultra OCR Man, and then my website, ultraocrman.com, which will take you to the Team Strength Speed website, so one and the same. But that'll have links to everything. And then from there you can, like, all my social media is completely public. So if you want to see what I'm up to, my current social media algorithm, I guess, used to be like all OCR, and now it's like a third OCR, a third martial arts / combatives, and then a third Orthodox Christianity.
Yeah, fitness, faith, and fighting, right?
That's right. That's what it says across my website. So that's my brand largely reflects what I currently do.
Yeah.
And so people come along for the ride, and you don't have to consume all the content I produce. But you consume what you want, and that's what's kind of the beauty of it.
Awesome. Well, super glad that you took the time to come to the expo, and great to see you again, man.
Always great to see you, Mike.
My name is Mark Caverlin, and I'm from northern Minnesota.
And what are you here representing today?
The Teddy Bear Crawl Foundation.
Tell us all about it.
All right, so the Teddy Bear Crawl Foundation is a nonprofit organization where we go around and we do half-mile bear crawls. And what our purpose is, or our mission, is to raise money to bring teddy bears to wherever that event's at, that event's local children's hospital.
Yeah. So I took part in this for the first time at the Barrie race in Massachusetts, and had a great time after I finished. It was a little tough. Were you the one that started this? How did this all start?
Yeah, so 2 years ago, I ended up bear crawling a Spartan sprint and a super. During that time, when I was doing the super, a guy by the name Brian Gray ran into me, and he thought it was really cool what I was doing. He introduced me to Dan McDonald, and then Steve came into the organization as well. And the four of us have just been working. Last year we did 10 events, had such a great turnout for it, to where now this year we're doing 25 events, and we're looking to keep on continuing to grow.
It's awesome. I was excited to, one, help a cause. It's great to get teddy bears for kids in hospitals. I thought that was amazing. Also, my orange is my favorite color. Way back in Spartan, the only way you could get an orange medal was to do Citi Field. Each stadium had their own color, which was super awesome. By the time I made it out there, they didn't have that anymore. So the kids medal was the only thing I could get. I finally got my kids medal. It felt really nice. So how did you get Spartan to agree with giving a medal?
It's actually Brian Gray's the one that brought that up. He's like, I've been running Spartans for a while and I want an orange medal. I can't get it. So Spartan donates their old kids medals, right?
Which was not told to me, so I was super confused, but that's okay. It's still an orange medal.
Well, so obviously we can't take from their stock that they currently have. Kids, we can't steal from the kids. We're trying to give to the kids. So the old medals, they're no longer being used. So Spartan donates all these medals for us to be able to give out. So when you register, it doesn't cost anything to participate. We ask for donations, but you don't have to. When you participate, you get a Spartan Kids headband.
Yes.
And then when you're finished...
Which is tight.
Right. And when you're finished, you get a Spartan Kids medal. Right now at this event at New England OCR Expo, this is actually our first event that is not a Spartan event.
Steve was very excited about that.
It's amazing. It just goes to show that we're growing as an organization to be able to branch out to more than just Spartan. And don't get me wrong, Spartan has been so supportive. I will never leave Spartan for that. They've been great for this organization, and I could never thank them enough. But at the end of the day, our main mission and our main goal is to impact as many children as we can around the world as we can. Right now, we're still in the United States. It'd be cool to go international. We'll see how that works. But we just want to get teddy bears in kids' hands. When they're in a hospital, they're in an uncomfortable space. If we can bring just a little bit of that comfort to them in the form of a teddy bear, I did not realize how much a teddy bear meant to a child in the hospital until I started getting messages from parents or hospital directors of the donations we've made and seeing the kids after they receive those teddy bears. It makes me realize what we're doing here really matters, and it really does make a difference.
Yeah, absolutely. So my wife and I, we both work with kids for special needs reasons, and it's a lot of people don't think about the importance of making sure they're comfortable and being alone in the hospital, having someone to talk to. Obviously, hopefully a parent's there, but a teddy bear is with you all the time. It's got to be such a source of comfort for them.
Absolutely, it gives them something to hold on to, and I say it usually on all my pre-crawl speeches. We're out here and we choose to be out here. We're the ones that are putting ourselves in this uncomfortable position to do this challenge. Those children, they're in the hospital. They did not ask to be in that hospital. So if we can provide that little bit of comfort, absolutely, I'm going to do that.
Yeah, love it. And so this is your first time here at the Expo. How are you enjoying your time?
Dude, this place is amazing. I'm from northern Minnesota, and it's we need people to fly to come here and actually experience this, because it's not just one obstacle course racing company. You have everybody here, and you get to see how the whole entire OCR community comes together at the end of the day for a sole mission. Everybody has the same goals.
I was talking to Evan about this and some other people off the record about how it would be so great to have one of these in the middle of the country too, where quite frankly, local OCR seems to be doing the best, I think, in terms of having just a lot of local races, whether there's War X is being big over there, Frontline OCR, Midwest OCR. I wish I didn't name them because I know there's 5 others I can't think of. Whereas in New England, there's not many left. We just lost Boulder Dash, Fit Challenge just came back, there's a few others, but it's important that we all work together and try to make sure the sport continues to thrive.
Absolutely, and I know Steve, he's more than willing to help people put them on. He's not going to travel around the country doing this, but if you want to have an event like this, which I believe we need more of because it opens up the opportunities for OCR, Steve is more than willing to help you guys get going and start your own nonprofit, because New England OCR Expo is a nonprofit organization. It's everybody doing it is volunteer, and that's what I love. Like our organization, Teddy Bear Crawl Foundation, 100% volunteer. When you have a 100% volunteered organization, you know that person cares about that organization because they're not getting paid to be there.
Exactly, 100%. And where can people find out more about you and the Teddy Bear Crawl online?
So we do have a website, www.teddybearcrawl.org. And we also, most of our stuff is on our Facebook page, Teddy Bear Crawl Foundation on Facebook.
And then one more thing, just describe your table to us too. You had something very unique going on.
We've had a little challenge called Bear Crawl Jenga. So this is a challenge I do as a personal trainer where you're in a bear crawl position and you have to build a Jenga tower, and then you got to see how many pieces you can pull out of that Jenga tower before Jenga falls. Right now,
so you have to build it while you're in the.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yep. You got to build it all the while you're doing this, and whoever has the top at the end of the day, they're gonna win one of our coffees from a coffee fundraiser we ended up doing. Right now, the numbers, like the male lead right now has 23 pieces, female lead has 22 pieces. I don't know if I could get that many not in a bear crawl position. Like those people are absolutely crazy. It's amazing.
Well, thanks for taking the time to come out here, and great talking to you.
Absolutely, thank you.
Welcome back.
Thank you to everyone that took the time to talk to us both on and off the mic, and even the people who didn't talk to us and still came out to support this event that I helped put on. I took like all of my Thursday nights, or every other Thursday night. It was a lot. Giveaway. I put this in the notes so I wouldn't forget.
Oh, did you put them in a little... How are we going to do this?
Random number generator? I have not. So, Caitlin, do you want to explain the idea that I had that we almost forgot about until we made it happen?
Yes. So we took people's Instagram handles and their names at the OCR Expo.
I don't know why we took their Instagram handles. Because it's up to them to listen to the show. You have, by the way, you have a week to respond to this.
I think that we'll do it again next week, too. Like
I think one person this week. And then if they don't respond, another person next week.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, we opened it up.
No, I think one person both weeks, and then we posted on Instagram, because we did ask them for their Instagram handle.
Well, the whole point was for them to listen. This was a way to get more people to listen. It's one thing to follow us on Instagram. To be honest, I don't care much about that.
Michael, don't say that on the podcast.
It's all about listening to the show. We're a show first and foremost. We post something like once or twice a week, and then we do quick news, but like the show is everything that there is.
Okay.
So I will assign all of these a number.
Well, we'll just give them whatever order they're in.
Well, yes, obviously.
We can do this way faster.
How? Oh, wow.
So number 1 through 26.
Perfect. Let's go to the random number generator, which I think is random.org.
I have no idea.
Yep, I knew it. What a geek I am, huh? Verifying that you're a human. Beep boop. 27, you said?
26.
26. Generating. The winner is number 21, which is ironically my unlucky number. Trevor Mack at M Brace Fitness. You are the winner of what, Caitlin?
A pair of Mudgear socks and a junk headband.
Damn, you giving away a junk headband?
So many people were asking about them.
Really?
Yes.
Did you sell any?
No.
Interesting.
But people were like, oh, I would rep your business or your podcast.
But that's pretty cool. Well, okay. We'll be more than happy to... How did the cat get in the room? We'll be more than happy to send one to you. I hope you listen to the show. We'll figure out whether or not we gotta wait for you to respond, but or we'll reach out. We'll figure that out. But thanks for entering our random giveaway, and congratulations.
Related episodes. Episode 164
was when we talked about the first annual New England OCR Expo preview with Steve Bacon Martin.
Episode 165.
New England OCR Expo and Party. That was the first year we had that in 2020.
Episode 320.
The return of the New England OCR Expo with Steve Bacon Martin.
Episode 323.
And then the actual, the second New England OCR Expo with vendors.
And episode 381.
Was when we went a lot harder with the coverage. This was New England OCR Expo Part 1, vendors.
Episode 382.
New England OCR Expo Part 2, athletes, speeches, and staff.
And episode 431.
The return of Fit Challenge with athletes and Rob McCoy. And I put that on there because that's the event that I covered the same day as this expo.
I was wondering why that was there. Subscribe and follow wherever you get your podcasts. We are Obstacle Running Adventures on all of the podcast players. And if you liked what you heard, leave us a review.
Yeah, it's some fun feedback. We would appreciate that. You could also give us some feedback by messaging us in any of the places as well.
Yeah. Follow us on Facebook or Instagram at Obstacle Running Adventures.
If you want to support us financially, you can support us over on patreon.com. Please join on the website and not on the app, since Apple will charge you additional fees.
Coming up next,
we will be releasing part 2 of the Expo interviews. I think there's it's going to be a long one too. I haven't done the math on how long it's going to be. I think this one's going to be longer. Part 1's longer. I always try to make part 1 a little bit longer, but it should be a good one. Kate, do you have a joke or a quote?
My quote is, all different seasons of life gathered around the table tonight. I think you don't need to feel so behind. And that's Janine Cecilia. And then my quote is... my joke. What do you call a romance that starts at the aquarium?
My Chemical Romance? I don't know what.
Guppy love.
Oh, nice. My name is Michael Stefano.
And my name is Caitlin Ritter.
And I need to clean this office. And we'll talk to you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening.
We hope you're feeling motivated, inspired, and ready to take on your next race or training run.
If you've enjoyed this week's episode, leave us a review
And share it with your fellow adventurous friends.
Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Obstacle Running Adventures.
Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode.
Join us every week for more news, stories, and interviews from the community.
Our intro song was Streaker by Straight Up.
Our outro music is Iron Paw by The Best.
Late mic tests after Fit Challenge. Things are looking good. Hopefully sounding good. Moving the mic around a little bit. Swirl. Like I'm eating an ice cream.
Yes. I mean, I did it first because I'm first.
Yeah, you're gonna be first. You're gonna be first in this one.
He's the talker.
So you're.
She's the beauty. I'm the talker.
No, I feel like I'm just socially awkward.
Oh, same. Yeah. That's the ironic thing about starting this too. Is like I had to get past my social anxiety.
It takes like 50 of them to get used to it.
Yeah. It gets me a lot sometimes, but.
Most reliable audio recorder there is.
Fantastic. It's great, yeah.
I was an audio engineer before in my earlier life.
Jesus.
That's all I use.
Yeah, absolutely. I've had this since 2017, 2018.
Yeah, they're like bricks.
This has gone in the desert. This has gone anywhere you could possibly imagine.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've met before. You look really familiar. I'm Bill. Have you been at... Did you go to the Run Show Expo? Were you there?
The Run Show? No, I did.
I covered that recently too.
Did you? Oh, yeah. No, I haven't. This is I was at the last Expo, but this is my first time working.
Okay, maybe that's what it was. Yeah. This is your third time on the show. I don't know if you remember. I met you at Savage, and then again at OCRWC or North American Championships. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. Good to see you guys are still crushing it. Sure. You just did the Bermuda Triple Challenge?
I did.
Awesome.
Wait, what did he do?
The Bermuda Triple Challenge.
Oh,
that's awesome. I have that on my list for next year.
3 days of races over 3 days.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
Are you sticking around for a while today?
I am.
Okay, I'll interview you later because I want to hear more about that. That'd be great.
I'm doing the 100 meter at 3, but I
eat because I haven't eaten yet.
Why don't you go eat and then come back?
No, I want to get all the vendors, eat, and then I'm going to do like a part 2 episode and get like all the athletes and stuff.
Okay.
Thank you though. It's a long shot because Texas is a massive fucking state. Do you know Jason Dupree? Oh, yeah, okay. He's one of my good friends down there too.
What we got going on?
All right. We're just going to wing an interview. It's been a long day.
Absolutely.